Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Whoo, yesterday was a shit show. I'm sorry. Yesterday was a shit show. Happy Tuesday. Hi, Savage, my dot. Hi, Cree. Hi, Pet, my rock. Tina, Flower Power. Angela, the co-defendant. Good morning, my love. Susan Dawson, I saw you in here as well. Mustang Mike, I saw you in here. Patricia, good morning. Claudia, good morning. Cree, Jennifer, my girl, good morning. Hi, Ann Reynolds. Hello, hello, hello. So, Brooke did a live yesterday, and she had Paul up. Sweets and Beyond went up. Vault went up. Jennifer Positivity went up. Okay. Good morning, Dorit. Dorit, I'm going to call you later today. I have a meeting at 9. After my meeting, I'm going to call you. So Paul went up, and all I heard was poor me, poor me, poor me. Now, in the recording that TL has, and I told her she needs to move it to an MP4, and so she can send it because the file is too big to send. So she needs to put it in a zip file. Okay. In this recording, Paul stated that it was a setup to get everybody to fight. Paul sat here and watched all of this shit being done because I was looking at him. He was active on IG. He was active on IG while all of this shit's being done. He set that, he struck a match, and this whole motherfucker just burned down. It was wildfires all over the place. So I don't want to hear about his mental health. I don't give a flying fuck about that because I've never, and I'm serious, I don't watch a lot of these people, but I didn't hear anybody saying that Paul was being dragged. And then I hear that Debbie loves to chat. Is the one that made the call. So I was going to wait to talk about this later, but fuck that. And then Brooke is going that Debbie has sundowners. Okay. Debbie has no sundowners. Debbie is a liar. I've called her out. How you have sundowners, but you remember every fucking thing that's going on? She remembers shit that happened that night when supposedly the sundowners happened. Debbie has lied to me so many times. Anybody that was following me way back when, I'm having people say prayers for her. Because supposedly she's in hospice. Her husband's in hospice. He's dying. The whole family has come to say goodbye. Well, goddamn, I'm sure he's still here. Thank you. Thank you. Debbie is a whole ass liar. Just like she lied about her giving Maria all this money. He didn't have to convince her to do shit. Thank you. I hate when you put people up on a panel. Brooke, I'm not being mean to you, but I hate when you put people up on a panel and you don't stick to what. Fuck the bullshit. He sat there and watched all of this shit take place. And it took him almost 2 weeks because he was scared. Bitch, you in a fucking UK. Maria is my really good friend. Maria is this. I love you. Oh, you guys are probably going to block me. You guys are going to block me. I just heard in E11 that Sweets and Beyond was doxxed. Paul is a liar, Brooke. Debbie is a liar, Brooke. Debbie has no sundowners. Debbie has lied over and over and over. Fake like she had her daughter sending me messages about she being in hospice and her husband's on hospice. They're both on hospice now. The family was there to say goodbye to the husband. All of a sudden, he made a miraculous recovery. Stop that bullshit. Every day this man was sending me shit in my DMs. So and so is talking about me. Sophie is reviewing your live. This one is doing this. This one said this. I can show it all. And I would tell him every time, I don't give a fuck. The one day that I did talk to him, I said, oh, yeah. I said, Jews use 6 filters. He goes, Heidi, for real? I said, yes, 6 filters. That's why she looks like that. The next day, Bambi's on her panel. And she goes, 6 filter Jews. And I fell out laughing because I know exactly where it came from because I told it to him on purpose. He felt no remorse, no nothing. He wants attention. When Brooke asked him, well, how would Debbie know about the cops being 10 minutes away if it wasn't about Florida? I don't know. I don't know. Brooke, this is the first time I'm hearing bullshit. You tried to get Bambi involved in this shit. I have all the messages. I sent them to Vote and I sent them to Maria. Bullshit. She's always been a liar. Thank you. It's bullshit. He didn't know about it. He just needed he just needed to reach Seaside. Really, Paul? You heard of WhatsApp? You can do international calls from WhatsApp, Paul. Paul, you ever heard of that? He was still trying to play people, still trying to play people. Somebody told me a long time ago that Paul was GB's counselor. I said, what? I said, how was he counseling anybody? Oh, and then Sophie was making fun of his credentials. I said, so when he was on my panel, let's just get this clear. When he was on my panel, he was discussing the B. He tried to bring up JY and I put that shit to the side. What was heard on my panel is when Terry Lynn came up and played a recording of Paul. I asked him right on my panel. I said, so you filed another IC3 against the B? Well, Heidi, now that you bring, that was, I said, no, let's just talk about it. I wanted it out there because this is what he was doing. He sent Bambi all the paperwork to call on Cody. She said, no. No, she said, I'll think about it. Never responded to him because he wasn't going to do it. He can't answer a direct question. Good morning, Muggsy. He never answers a direct question, always trying to talk over and deflect. Want to play mind games, word games. Did he take JY's link? Did he go to JY's live? And did he take JY's link? Please tell me if he did that or not. I bet it. Did he do it? I understand why you were living because I'm listening. I had to leave. I went back into Terry Lynn's and I said, you know what? Fuck this. Let me go back over here. He called Brooke a drunk when he's speaking to Terry Lynn in that phone call. He implicated all kind of people. That was, they wanted to set everybody up so they can see everybody fight. Yes, you did, Paul. And bitch, I'm going to play it. Yep, he's full of shit. Want to play mind games, words. Oh, Heidi would know we can't say profiling and the same fucking thing. You're profiling, you're targeting someone. Thank you. That was his excuse. Locking up Cody had nothing to do with John. He said he did it out of spite. Because if you wanted John, you would go for John, not Cody. I was so tempted to grab that link yesterday, but I knew I would have lost my temper on him. And I did not want to do that because I was sick of hearing his lies and his stuttering, his deflection. Yes, Brooke, she lied. She lied. She definitely lied. Oh, shit. Okay, Savage. I'll be there. And it is, Maria. You're not responsible for him. You're not responsible for him at all. I'm going to play it. I have to get I'm gonna play the whole recording. Tia, I was talking, she's got to save it to an MP4. I told her to save it to an MP4 because it's on her phone. The file is really big. It was an hour and 47 minutes of conversation backstage after you ended that live the last time. Everybody else, he sat there and watched all of this shit going on. Not one time did that piece of shit that calls himself a man step up to say, oh, no, here's what happened. You got to, and he kept saying that he was being attacked. Who was attacking him? Who was attacking Paul? Even after Terry Lynn was on my panel, she played some of this shit. I said, Paul, where are you? Paul, where are you? I'm dropping a link. I know you're watching, Paul. I'm looking at your IG. You're active, Paul. And as soon as I ended that live, he went offline on IG. So he was watching. Good morning, April. Then the fake crying. Was it Walt or was it Jennifer that said, or was it Sweets, that you're not even with your wife and your daughter? Isn't his daughter grown now? But he said, Jesus Christ. Jennifer, I am so happy to see you. You see your wrench is still there, right? Good morning, just Danny. Danny, good morning. I don't have time for that BS. And I was so mad when I'm listening. So I left again. And I came back maybe 10 minutes later and I'm still typing. I said, oh my God, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. Oh, see, I don't even, seriously, I don't even watch him. And y'all know that because only time I hear it is when, and then I heard Christy Means up on E11 yesterday. I follow Christy on Facebook. I saw the message she put up there about JY. I fell out laughing. I'm like, what the hell? So then I started hearing about when Cooch was playing some of his stuff. I was like, huh? Huh? It's just crazy to me. All of this BS. Poor me, poor Paul. But he's supposedly Maria. She's one of his best friends. But you do this shit? You do this to your best friend. I don't want friends like you. I definitely don't want friends like you. Good morning, Tracy M. Thank you, Wind Whispers. Thank you. You're exactly right. He said in that recording to TL, and I'm going to try to blur out the name who, well, I ain't blurring up shit. He stated in that phone call that it was a setup to get everybody fighting. For what? When you love Maria, you love Ann. Brooke, I'm sure you're going to block me now too. I'm not even going to try to talk like him because I can't. Me too, Pet My Rock. I was in and out, in and out. I couldn't take it. You're exactly right. Exactly right. Good morning, Scottish Deborah. But Savage is going to have her members only live today at 6:30 her time. And then after Savage is live, I scheduled mine for an hour and a half after, an hour and a half from when she starts. Well, no, an hour. Oh, fuck. I have mine scheduled after Savage. I figured it out. But if I have to push it, I will, or I'll just move it to tomorrow. He didn't want people to get hurt, but he watched, and he was probably whacking off his little Peter as all of this shit was going on, because that's how sick he is. It's just sad. And and I was listening to Cooch when he was saying that people had got his medical records, and people had was saying, not people, not they, Geneva, Martha, Jennifer, Skelly, those people. Because at that time when all of that shit was going on, Cooch and I were modding for you. Not they. Not they. Don't say they. Don't say they. They didn't do shit. Yeah, he already said, I heard that. Well, I'm leaving. You won't hear from me again. And now he's one. And then you say, well, Paul, I don't have to block you if you're leaving, right? He's not leaving. He likes to watch this shit. He has a, what? Do you know the UK is it's 8 hours from New York. Is it, wait a minute, 8 hours, 5 hours from New York. So just think, when you're live late at night, or when you're like right now, it's what, 6 here. So it's for my son, it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So just think about when you go live at 8 o'clock at night, which he never sleeps. This is what he lives for. This is what he lives. He lives for this shit. He lives for it. Him and Jen therapy sessions. He's not a therapist. Oh, I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. Yeah, he's whacking the Peter. That's what he's doing. He's whacking his Peter. He's getting off. He sent me a picture of his wife in Venezuela. So I guess she travels without you because she's embarrassed. I don't know. Don't give a shit. I don't even know if that's your wife or not. Don't care. No one's going to call him out on this bullshit. What? But E11, I really enjoyed your live yesterday. I really did. I really did. I understand that Christy didn't really want to speak on some things, but yeah, I really wish that she would have elaborated more. But Christy Memes is clearly not Crack Elf. And that's what I hate, that they, who's they? Call out the people that did this shit to you. Call out the people that called in a welfare check on you. Call out these people. We know their names because we were there. Stop saying they. Hate that shit. They. He mentioned the tampons again last night, and Skelly is the one that sent it to him. I still haven't heard the reason that everybody was told that that intent to contact or intent to locate was Cody. They put it all up on the screen. This is real. I'm not lying. This intent to locate was Cody. No, it was not. So who told him that intent to locate was for Cody? Who told him that? Still haven't heard the reason why they were so sure that was Cody. Still haven't heard the reason behind that, unless Cooch is behind. Well, she did say that she's behind in her, not behind, but she's going in order by her recaps. Still haven't heard. Why is it that, see, here it is right here, intent to locate. Still haven't heard the reason behind that. Still haven't heard it. Ooh, get to the point. I like that name, and you might be right. He's going to, if he's over in Mob 2, he's going to do the same thing, Maria. The same thing. He likes causing chaos. He had to protect his wife and his daughter. From what? Who is coming after you? I need to take the blame. Blame me. Don't blame anybody else. Don't, Paul. You sat and watched all of this shit go on. You watched it. You never stepped forward, even though I played it. I played it when you said you did it out of spite. I said, Maria, Paul is going around insinuating or telling people that you, and I said it on my panel. I never said Maria was involved with that. I said, this is what Paul was saying in DMs or insinuating in DMs. Yeah, he's going back to his deep into the bushes. So they're going to clip apart. Not that I said I don't have anything that says that. I said Paul is insinuating. That's what I said. And I said, Maria, he's saying that you. And I said that. Next thing I know is, oh, Heidi's got proof. No, Heidi don't have no fucking proof of anything. And like I said, if I did, I wouldn't give it to you. I don't owe you shit. The shit is crazy. All of these threats and this and that, and no one. But the minute you say, I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, or if I saw you be, I would roll right by you. Oh my God, that's not a good person. Yes, I got that clip too, B. Fuck you. You know how I feel about you. Fuck you. This shit is crazy. After you done sat there and said all this shit, you think I'm a fucking lend a hand if I see you hurt? fuck that. No, I wouldn't. And I mean that. Just like I told your dumb ass to cut deep by the fucking K. I meant that too. Wait a minute. What did get to the point say again? I keep looking for her comments. I missed it. Real called her out last night? Who? The B? Who did Real call out? I don't know. No, if he has a wife, she's the man. I shouldn't even said that. I'm sorry. Because I heard him sniveling, always want to get people's attention. So he's not getting attention at home. Wait a minute. You were in funerals in my... Sweet. Yes. Maria is one of my best friends, but you watch your best friend be dragged all across fucking YouTube. Heidi, I respect you and I know you don't mince words, but you watch me being dragged. I don't give a fuck. But you watch this shit. You knew Maria has a court case going on and you still let that shit go on. Show the DMs. I'm going to be like Maria now. Show the DMs where you and Maria discuss calling the police. I understand that there were DMs in that chat back in February that stated, you know, that they were on their way to North Carolina or Georgia, where the fuck they were going, and you guys should call the police. But that never happened. So I need you to show the DMs where Maria is with you during this conspiracy. Because if that's the case, why didn't Maria just call Debbie Loves to Chat and get Debbie Loves to Chat to do it? I'm sure Maria can do that. Why did you have to do it? And I understand that you went through several people. Oh, I don't even care about that because I said what I said. I don't give a fuck. And I meant what I said. It's not the first time I've said something like that. When Julie told me that he asked about me, I said I wouldn't give a fuck if he cut his throat. That's what I meant. I don't change my mind and I don't take it back. Okay, Bambi, you dropped what stuff yesterday? Who did Real go after? I still didn't see that answer. By the way, I blocked JY from Brooks' chat yesterday. Hilarious that he thought he should be. I thought I saw some. First, I thought it was somebody fake that came in and they gave a cash app. I didn't think that was really him. But Maria, you probably checked. Oh, Martha. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know. Did she do something to Real? Good God. I love your comments. Okay, he had words for Jenny and what she did to him. I have no idea. I have no idea. So, and I saw he did a live and I haven't watched it Because I actually go in and I actually kept, it depends on his titles. I'll actually catch the replay, but I caught a replay that he did a while back, and he was saying that he does have water on the lungs. And I knew it. I remember when I heard him talking one day, and I told Danny, I said, he sounds like my friend. They had water on their lungs, and I remember they had to drain that. So I don't know why they're not draining his or what they're doing. But yeah, good morning, Brown Eye Cutie. See, if he tagged me, it doesn't come through. He's blocked. He can tag me all he wants. It will not pop up on my feed. I don't care. Well, at least I won't see it. I don't care. See, I don't have to tag him. I don't put his name in titles. I don't do that. Because I don't fucking care. He's irrelevant. So tag away. I don't care. He said nothing. Okay, so C was not gone. And I told him that on my panel that day. I said, I've said it to you so many times. I said, but I'm going to say it here right now so everybody can hear. Stop sending me this shit. Just so you know, Sophie is recapping your live. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Because if ever one day I decide to recap one of Sophie's live, I will do just that. Except I don't watch her. I don't care. Now, if I click that button that says my shit can't be played, and I get a flag on my YouTube channel telling me that my content is being used, then I will strike the bitch. And I said the bitch, meaning whoever's playing it. Okay. I don't think his wife is either there. I heard you, sweet. I heard you. Every day. So when I heard Cooch playing this about when John was reading all of this shit, he was doing the same shit to me. Every day. Someone's doing this. Someone is speaking about me. He told me, who is J Mo, the real one? I don't know. They're talking shit about me being on your panel. Again, I don't give a fuck. What do you want me to do? Oh my God, let me hit the live button and go after J Mo, the real one. I don't know who the fuck that is. I think I do, but I don't care. Every day. I told him over and over again, stop sending me this shit. Yes, he went to Bambi. Wanting Bambi to file IC3 forms. Bambi, that shit with whatever JY said about Bambi, that was months ago. He goes around targeting people. Oh, I'm sorry, profiling, Paul. Let's just use the word profiling. You go around profiling because you think you can find weak people. Bambi is not a weak person. You were trying to manipulate. Shit didn't work. So now you're going to crawl back in your little hole, lick your little wounds, and start hyperventilating and crying because all the people that you called your friends, your besties, you fucking lied to and tried to manipulate and use. That's what you did. And sweets, I didn't even know that you were docs until I heard that on E11s. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. How is it he could call the licensing board on YB but not the police? Who called the licensing board on YB? Paul did? Yep, he can do all of that, but he couldn't call Seaside Heights, which he was lying. It was Florida. He's situational disability. Good morning, Pam LaBar. Who was the laughing lady with the lotion? Oh, I don't know. Will Savage, I know Maria's basement. Oh, yeah. So Maria is still in the basement. And I have a few people in Maria's basement, too. Even though there's no basements in Florida, but I have a few people in there. Paul didn't say anything. He had somebody else to do it. Again, why would you want to arrest Cody, but you're scared of John? Why would you want to arrest Cody, but you're scared of John? I know Cody says a lot of shit, but you're so scared of John. Why would you arrest Cody and not try to get John arrested? That's what I want to know. You're so scared. You can call the embassy. Good morning, my sister. She has nowhere to go. She's just stupid. She looks simple. She is simple. I'm sorry. Simple. Trust me, there's only 3 people that can actually send me something and I don't go off. There's only 3 people who can talk to me or send, and they have my personal number. Only 3 people. That's it. Good morning, dirty bitch. Anyway, I really, you know what? I was coming to discuss something totally different, but this shit just pissed me off. This shit just pissed me off. No, you don't know him, but he was trying to get you involved in that. Let me see. He tried to make it look like Maria was green lighting it. Yes, that's what he was doing. But that's his best friend. That's his best friend. Exactly. Get to the point. Exactly. But Sweets was so calm yesterday. Even Vote says, I really don't want to raise my voice. Jennifer was calm. They were hitting him with questions and he kept deflecting. He kept going round the bush, up the hill, down the alleyway. Still never answered anything directly. Still never answered anything directly. Hi, Tracy. Still never answered anything directly. You're not going to get an apology, girl. And if you do get it, it ain't worth shit. Oh, he called on YB years ago. Cooch, I can't even believe your video was removed and his original is still up. What video? Hey, Susie Pajada. No, Marcia. Okay. The stuff that you send to me. You send to me YouTube videos about Micah or stuff like that. I don't mind that. That's not what I'm saying, Marcia. That's not what I'm saying. I don't mind that kind of stuff. You send me body cam stuff. I don't mind that kind of stuff. I don't mind that kind of stuff. It's the other bullshit. He wanted, what cop were you related to? Jesus Christ, the conspiracy theories. You know what? I was watching In and Out this morning because I got up around 2, then laid back down again. I was watching New Jack City. It's on Flicks. Boy, I'm telling you, that whole damn soundtrack. But Nino, I'm gonna have to watch that again. Everybody wants to go to Maria's basement. They said Cody is innocent. Innocent of what? If he was innocent, he wouldn't have house arrest and he wouldn't have, you know what? I'm not even going to discuss that. Oh. Oh. JY is out of his house, didn't pack. Let's go rob the place. Why would we go rob that place? Why would we go rob that place? What's going on with Michelle? I missed something. Hello, everyone. Prayers, please. My family is going. Oh, Michelle, sweetie. Of course. Send me a message in my DM, please. Heidi, can I get the link? Yes, sweetie. Hold on a second. Let me bring. You know what? I was just going off. Okay, here you go. Here you go. There's the link, my Jennifer. But did he ever say he was going to? See, that's what I still didn't understand. Maybe I'm missing this because I don't watch this. Did he ever say he was going to Florida to see Cody's mom? Did he ever say that? Or was that just assumed? Good morning, sweetie.
Good morning. How are you?
I am wonderful, and I'm so happy you are back.
Thank you. It was a very nice, warm welcome yesterday. I know I came in hot. I mean, this coming from somebody that barely goes on panels, and then I was on 2 damn panels yesterday, but
I know.
I can't with Paul. Damn, that guy. I mean, I've been waiting for years to confront that no good for nothing bastard.
I'm
So,
just, but even when he was on my panel, I don't know if you were watching in the bushes or not, but he was saying how Sophie was making fun of his certificates. I said, so let me get this right. So you've earned all of these certificates, but Sophie is saying that you paid for them, correct? He goes, correct. I said, oh, okay. Just like that. Oh, okay. That's all I said.
yeah, I did watch it after the fact, and I felt your eyes rolling in the back of your head. Like he really thought you were being consoling. I mean, he
Yes,
really
yes.
doesn't know you at all. He doesn't know you at all.
But he says he does. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, I got it now. I understand.
And if he says, I respect you one more time, like he says it
Yes,
to everybody, no, he respects nobody.
he
Nobody.
respects
He
no
doesn't even
one.
respect himself.
Oh
And this
my
bull
God.
crap about she's my best friend and I would do anything for her. I'd take a bullet. Yeah, okay. No, meanwhile, you're stabbing her in the back. Like,
Thank you. And that's what he was doing in
yeah,
everybody's DMs. Everybody's DMs. So so here's the thing. I understood that he reached out to YB. Why reach out to YB? Because anything YB does, he'll do it and he'll say he does it. So why reach out to him and try to go behind the scenes and get shit done? Why?
exactly. But not to mention, why be? I mean, I know I haven't really been active, but he hasn't really been around. So why are you reaching out to him?
Yep. He
He
hasn't.
only reaches out to people when he wants them to do his dirt. Like, be a man. I picture him, and I've never seen a picture of him, but I picture him as like a 4 foot nothing, maybe half an inch dick, bald head, big
Oh, damn.
nose, big
Oh,
mouth
he does have a
guy.
bald head. He does have a bald head. He does have. Now on IG, he also has Paul Smith. He used to go by Fidel Castro. Yes, he did. And there was another name he went by. And I was trying to find it because I blocked them all at one point. But Paul Smith with a bunch of letters behind his name. counsel something, and then he's under cyber channel now. Then Fidel Castro, and he had another one that he used to use. Because you block one, another one popped up and they were request to follow you. And I'm like, really? Aren't you tired of this shit now? Because I'm tired of playing this game.
I mean, I think it's hilarious. I mean, so last night there was questions in the little bits that I had caught of John's live. He's asking the question about, I mean, first of all, he's seen the chat and he mentioned multiple times how us ladies were constantly dragging Paul. Well, yeah, we were dragging Paul because none of us liked Paul.
I heard you say that.
None of us co-signed. And it's no different. He thinks we should take responsibility. Well, if by his thoughts and his theory, then so should Reagan, because she was in that chat as well.
Oh, that's
I don't
true.
recall Dreamsicle ever saying that. I mean, very seldom in any that group chat did I ever go back. I mean, as you know, I'm always fighting with vertigo with the long haul symptoms.
Yep.
I cannot read chat continuously when it's flaring up. So I'll go in and I'll ask for cliff notes. Usually, you know, within 5 minutes, you can figure out what's been going on. But even if she said it, you know, one of the ladies took some screenshots. Before she said it, nothing was said about it. And after she said it. So it didn't look like I was even in there at that point. So it looks like nobody even said anything. So she made that comment and laughed, and I think a couple of people hearted it. I guess we can't do emojis anymore. I mean, a lot of the times if I heart something, it just means I seen the message.
That you
and then
saw
I
it.
know.
That you saw
Yeah.
it. Yep, that you saw it. That's it. That's all it means.
Like,
When I heard, hold on, when they read the part where Vault said she's going back in. So when I heard that, I said, oh, Vault meant she's going in because she's not going to let them run them out of her, run them out of Reagan's chat. And that's the way I
exactly
took it.
what she meant.
Because I have critical thinking. I'm not automatically going to assume that she's going in there for some nefarious reasons. She was going back in the chat because she wasn't going to let them run her out of it. That's the only thing that was. But they took that and turned that into something totally. I'm like, oh my God.
That's exactly what Vault meant. And she was very verbal about that even before anything happened. She's like, I'm sick and tired of these assholes running me away. I'm not doing it anymore. I mean, we never even predicted that Reagan was ever going to do that. But I mean, he's trying to make us all accountable for, you know, certain things that happened when Paul said certain things in chat and whatnot. Well, then everybody, I don't know, you had over 300 people in your chat. So they're accountable. You can't do it that way.
Nope. When Paul came in my chat one day, I remember he came in my chat, and I guess Switch was live. He goes, see what's live. And I said, I don't give a fuck who's live. Don't put that in my chat again. I always had to tell him, don't come in my chat with bullshit. Always have to tell him that because I don't care. So then if Maria went live after I did, he would go in Maria's chat, go back and read the chat and see the shit that he was writing in there just to talk about it. And so Sophie, Siwa, Jules, that conversation wasn't even about them, but he's throwing that shit in there.
Exactly. And just because nobody said something in chat, I'm telling you, Sarah's a bulldog. He should ask Paul for his DMs because when Paul would do some fuck shit, Sarah would go right into his DMs.
Sarah is. I've known Sarah for quite some time.
She would tell him every time.
Sarah, the first, I think the first panel she ever came on was mine. Sarah is it was on a members only. Sarah is no wallflower. She will say what the hell she has to say. And that part I've always liked her about. And I really did, always did. Even when she wasn't following me anymore. I never said anything about her because I liked Sarah. But you people, not you people don't understand. Just because someone is in the chat and they say something or something's being said on the panel, people are in the chat having their own conversations. Just like right now, people are having their own conversations. Hi,
Every
Colin.
single chat I go into, there's at least a handful of people that I don't really fancy, but I coexist.
Thank you.
You know
Thank
what I
you.
mean? Like, that's called life. That's called adulting. Now, if I really respect the creator, I'm not going to say something. If it's a creator that I just, whatever, I'm going to get my digs in on people. And if anybody's ever followed, and people always watch because they call me negativity, right?
Yep.
Anytime Paul was around and Jen was around, I went after those two. And I never hid that because I couldn't stand either one of them. So
I'm just,
don't say
oh,
I co-signed anything. And by his logic, then Mod 148, she's always said, I'm not responsible for what John says.
yep, she did.
So
Always said
how
that.
can I be responsible for what others say? If I would have
Well,
been there saying, okay, let's do it, here's the phone number, here's the address, then hold me accountable.
yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't go by that. Like, come on, use some logic. I'm not going to lie. I want that man to be held accountable for different shit that he does, the death threats and stuff like that. But if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm not going to be like Paul and get in everybody's DMs and get people to do crap. Like,
Mm,
you know what I mean? I
I
just,
get you. But I'm gonna tell you, so I go into Cooch's chat, I go into Maria's chat, and Lita's in there. Now, my
exactly.
dislike,
And you can't stand her.
I can't stand her, and it has
You never
nothing to
could.
do with JY. It's the thank you, never could. But then when she falsified a DM and put my name to it, I was
Oh,
like,
shit. I didn't
this
know
bitch
that.
is crazy. And I was like, what? No. So I don't like her. I don't say anything to her. Don't give two fucks about her. But I'm not going to disrespect Maria's chat or Brooke's chat or Cooch's chat. But if she says something to me, it won't be a good day.
Exactly. But you don't go in there and address, oh, I'm leaving. It's not an airport. You don't have to address the fact that you're leaving. You still sit in there and you chat like nothing.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's like we're in preschool and we're in chats and it's playtime. I mean, I, I don't know. I don't know. You leave for a little while and you come back and you didn't think things could get worse. And it's like you come back and whew. And
Okay.
I was around a little bit, but I did miss a lot too.
Okay, and I want to just make this thing. So whoever came in here under Chicago Muscle's name, don't do that fucking shit again. I've blocked you. Gay son, whoever the fuck you are, gay son 69, don't come in my chat using other people's fucking pictures and name. That's it. Don't do
Oh
it.
my God.
I don't play bullshit like that. Take your fucking game someplace else. Oh, I'm sorry. It's too early in
Of
the morning
all
for this
chats to come
bullshit.
into and do that is not Heidi's.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
No.
And I have mods in the chat. You saw that shit. Please get rid of shit like that. I'm just serious. Don't let that shit stay in my chat. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I don't blame you. But you're going to come in with names like that. Oh, just come in with your real name and say whatever it is. Obviously,
Yeah.
you think you're big, bad, and tough. Come in and
Yeah,
say
don't
it.
do that shit. That's what causes issues. That's
It
one thing
is.
I do like about Angel's chat too. If you don't come in with somebody's name and their picture. So I was in Angel's chat one day, and somebody came in there with Brooks' picture, and it was I forgot the name they used, and Graham something, and I went, I hit him, and I said, "Don't come in here using." I said, "Because I know that person's picture, and I know whose name you're using. Don't do that. You got something to say? Come under your own damn name."
Exactly.
And it could be Paul. Well, I'm not going to say that because I don't like blaming people for shit without any proof. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But just don't do that. I can't
No,
take
I
like that.
agree.
Well,
I
Jennifer,
know
mhm.
it just makes no sense to me because they know, I mean, they go and make these socks and they know they're going to be blocked within seconds. So you spent all that time to make a sock to come into this specific chat to say something and now you're blocked.
Yeah, don't do it. So my question, so Jennifer, I heard when I'm listening to Cooch that now you didn't lose your nurse license, did you?
Absolutely not. It wasn't even in jeopardy. There was
Okay.
3 people that from, I'm assuming, I don't have proof, but I'm assuming from um, the Bugs chat that contacted my job and stated that I was making fun of her suicide attempt. And I mean, the accusations were absolutely disgusting. So we went through the court process. I gave them the full unedited video. Actually, what I did was I gave my lawyer a link so she could go and get it. So that way there's no accusations that I had edited at all. Went through the court process, the judge, the boss, everybody, they looked at it. There was no founding. Was there a
Okay.
couple of comments before I went on panel and
Mm-hmm.
after I went on panel? Yes, there was. Was there a couple of comments in Brooke's chat? Yes, there was. But I can't be held accountable for that. And the judge just was like, why are we here? Why are these witnesses not here saying, well, they tried to track them down. Guess what? They were
Nobody
spoof
showed up?
numbers. And then the email that, because there was one of the people not only called, but they emailed, was a Proton email. And they kept emailing them, but nobody responded. So, and it was termination of a contract because wherever I work under contract.
Okay.
So, and I had shares in there. So, and then because I was off with the COVID and then I had the long haul and I was off for almost a year, it brought up the fact that he wasn't giving me my proper share. So there's lots of shit that went along with this, but with them doing that, it brought a lot of stuff to the surface that he was doing while I was off. So, but I won my case, so they didn't. And I mean, if you're going to go and you're going to go into somebody's real life with their freaking job and try to ruin their life, do it with your real name. Because I was hoping, I was praying you would show up in court.
I am so sorry. I really am.
I kept it quiet. Only a few people knew
Yeah,
because
I
I
knew
wasn't
because
going
you
to give,
told me,
yeah,
but
you knew.
but I wasn't going to say anything
Exactly.
about it.
But I wasn't going to give them the attention that they wanted. So, and I mean, they called on November 3rd. It was brought to my attention on November 6th. And November 27th was when my contract was finished. So, and my contract was not supposed to be finished until the end of June this year. So, but I mean, if you're going to go to that extent to ruin somebody's life, go in with your real name. Because I would.
I'm serious. When you told me about that, I was like, are you fucking, here's me. Are you fucking kidding me? I knew you weren't kidding, but I was like,
Oh no, I would
what?
never lie about something like
I
that.
know. And I was like, oh my God. And I told you, I'm not saying a word, and I didn't, but
No.
you knew how mad I was. I was
Oh, I know.
pissed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
And I had
believe
a lot
this
of
shit.
support from the ladies that did know, you know. I had everybody, if I needed anything like clips or anything like that, everybody was more than willing to do that. And my lawyer's legal assistant, she went to people's lives on her own. She thinks we're all a bunch of fucking whack jobs. but then, but then she got kind of invested in a couple of things, and she's like, "Oh my God, Jennifer." But yeah, it was, it was embarrassing, and then it's some laughs as well. But yeah,
Okay, can you
you work so hard all your life to get to where you're at, and then I've never been reprimanded. I've never lost a job. Like, for that to happen, well, I mean, the ladies will tell you, I disappeared for about 3.5 weeks.
Yep, because you weren't coming in the chats. Trust me, I know this. Yep, I know this. But I want you to clear something else up too. This whole Stone Sailor situation.
Oh my gosh. Like, really? I have the most amazing husband.
I know.
We've been together for 28 years. There is absolutely, first of all, if I was going to cheat, I'm going to cheat with a man that I can touch and feel. And I like Stone Sailor. I know a lot of other people don't, but it's not like I ever spoke to him continuously. I think I might have had a handful of conversations and DMs with him. My last conversation I ever had with him, oh, that's another thing. Okay. I am not a felon, John. I am not a felon. The conversation.
Wait a minute. He said you were a felon?
Yes, because in the chat, there was conversation about a prison. Well, I had an opportunity of being at a prison to work. And I was so close to signing on that contract. But then all of this crap started getting so bad here. And he was like threatening to go real life and everything. Sadly, I just didn't take that contract because where I'm at, there's only one prison. It wouldn't be hard to find me.
Okay. I remember that you had told, yep, I remember that. But, so
that's what that conversation was about. It was nothing to do with me being in prison. I've never even sat in the back of a damn police car.
Ooh, Lord.
And if you thought that I could do what I do and be a felon, I think not.
Well, Jennifer, if that's what JY says, well, it must be the truth. I'm sorry.
Yes, it must be. And and that's what really boggles my mind, because Rakin knows this.
She's not going to say anything.
No, of course. Of course. I mean, we had conversations about this. So she knows that I'm not a felon. She knows that we were discussing about this job that I could have. And that was my last conversation, because he was a correctional officer for years, Sailor. So I wanted to know, because it's a max security prison that I was going to go in. And I've never really worked in one. So I wanted to know, like, I'm almost 50 years old. I want to know I'm going to be safe.
Yep.
So we had a nice conversation about that, but that was my last conversation.
Oh my.
So I guess that makes we were together. I mean, come on.
If
that's the case, I guess I'm like with a lot of people, because I talked to several men, not in DMs, but in chats.
Well,
I would never leave my husband. That would be the stupidest thing ever.
Well, that would be.
I had to kiss a lot of frogs to get to him.
Well, I was like, well, damn. I said, I've seen Jennifer, and my God, I said, and now she's going for the Stone Sailor. I said, this is interesting. Look, I see the life you live. I see the stuff that you send to me. I'm like, this is also interesting. So when I heard that, I was like, really? For real?
Yeah. No. No.
We're gonna
listen. If anything ever happens to my husband, if he passes away, or if he ever decides that he thinks the grass is greener on the other side, I'm done. It's me and a squirrel.
Look, yeah, so we're gonna have
I'll
to
be
have a
asking
class on
Cooch to
critical
send me a
thinking.
squirrel vibrator and we'll be done.
Oh, well, okay. Look, the squirrel I'm just done, but I am so happy to have you back. I really, really am. And I actually said, we actually spoke and said hi to each other on TikTok, but
Yes.
it's just nice to see you back in
Yeah.
chat. It really, really is.
I'm glad to be back. Unfortunately, the way things went down, and I was so afraid that, I mean, like I said, I didn't know if these people were going to show up at court. I did know that they were having a hard time finding them. But you know yourself when it comes to court, just because they say that, the night before, they can say, oh, we've got them.
Yep.
So I was minding my P's and Q's, and with how bad everything was getting and the threats that John was making, I'm not going to jeopardize my life, my livelihood.
Your
So I
livelihood, yes.
disappeared. I disappeared. And yeah, that was the first thing I did. I reached out to you through TikTok because, I reached out to a few people.
Yep.
And
But the thing is, they think it's okay to call people's jobs because they
it's
don't have
awful.
one. They don't have one.
You know what? My son's been contacted. My, well,
Yep.
a couple of years ago, my sister-in-law was.
Yep.
My
Yep.
son actually got in arguments with I don't know who it was, but my lawyer had all of that information just to show that this has been an ongoing thing. But again, it's people with sock accounts going in, but none of the information was founded. Do I talk shit? I will never deny that. Never. Have I ever went real life? No. Have I made jokes and said that, oh, this is what I should do? We all have. You get pissed off with the threats and everything that's going on, and you do make off the collar comments. But I would never go into somebody's life to ruin their livelihood. Never. And the CPS thing that I heard or I saw somebody, I believe it was some summer chick, which she really needs to, I don't know. That's another story. Saying
Star.
that
I think
again,
Star was
no,
gone.
this girl, her name is Summer. She was,
Summer.
her name was Summer in, oh, is it Star? No, I don't know. Summer and Star were in the chat, but you never know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know who it is, but they were saying that, again, that side or they, I hate that, was, all to do with SIWA getting called in CPS. I will tell you right now, I would never, ever do that to anybody unless I had 100% proof that they were being abused.
Well,
I would never do that. That's disgusting.
I've called CPS once in my life, and that was pertaining to a family member, and I had firsthand knowledge of the situation.
Yep, I
So,
did the
yeah.
same thing on my brother.
Yeah. So if I call CPS, I'm calling on someone that I know personally, not someone I know on the internet.
Exactly.
Shit is crazy. But
I know that gets me. Everybody says I'm a mandated reporter. Well, you know what? Half the internet is mandated reporters.
Yep.
You are not going to lose your license being on an internet and somebody do something from another state or another country. Like, take that to court. Can you, like, these people don't think, like, people believe that.
But that's just, again, we're going to have a class on critical thinking. That was one of my favorite
Is there
classes.
even such thing anymore, critical thinking?
I don't know. It might be called something else, but that was one of my favorite classes. Critical
I loved it.
thinking with the presentations and how I didn't want to do. I did. Oh my God. I love that class so much. And I still have the books. Anybody want to borrow them so you can read up.
I always loved critical thinking as well, because it always ended up in a debate, and it was great.
Yes, and that was great. So when they say they, here's the thing, sides. I'm on nobody's fucking side. I just have people that I don't fuck with. That's a whole different situation. So
exactly. If I say something about somebody, I'll say John and his hags, or I'll say the bug and our minions, or you know what I mean? I'm not going to say they, because that could be like the whole damn internet.
Yep. I'm not going to say they. So I'm on no one side. I'm on my side. I have my
I'm on
back.
my side, exactly.
My back. My back. I just don't
And
fuck
my
with certain
friends,
people.
they
That's
can
it.
do, I can give them advice. If they don't listen, they don't listen. And I'm not accountable if they do something wrong. Sorry, but I'm
That's
not.
on them. That's on them. Take responsibility
Exactly.
for your own behavior. That's why I kept,
Exactly.
every time the B would go, her mental health. Give a fuck with your mental health. That's your problem, not mine.
Well, exactly.
Your mental health is not going to keep
When
your
did
ass out of prison.
we, as humans, stop being in charge of our own mental health, our own well-being?
Oh my God, I just saw something from Lululemon. It just popped up. I'm sorry.
Ooh, Lululemon. I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't been there in a long time, but it just popped up. And I was like, yeah. As a mandator, it doesn't mean, yeah. So I'm just like, all of this shit is crazy. Holding, I go in chats and just like you do, you go in chats, they're talking about something that you don't want to hear about, you leave.
Well, there's
You
a lot of
leave.
times I even if I'm a mod, sometimes you know what, I'm the abs, and I'll be the first person to say it. I'm the absolute worst mod. I mean, anybody that I mod for, they can see. Like I don't think I ever block anybody. Sorry, I always tried to block Paul, but then Maria would just unblock him, and I blocked Jen, and she'd unblock her. But that was just because I was being an asshole. But I will go in and I'll make my little comments, but then I'm just puttering around. I'm doing this, that, and the other, and I'm listening. But a lot of the times, it's only been probably I'd probably say the last 3 months that I can actually continuously read things without the vertigo being an issue. Like I have permanent tinnitus now as well from the COVID. The
Oh,
COVID.
damn.
Or
Is it in
oh,
your
actually,
hand?
sorry, we're not allowed to say that on here, are we? Yeah, it
It,
really. Well, I mean,
okay.
you and I have
Yeah.
discussed. Like, I mean, I was what, 8.5 months. I was bedbound. I couldn't
Yep.
even get out of bed. It was so bad.
Yep. I
So,
remember when you went to the hospital too, because I was worried
yeah,
about you.
yeah, I was in and
So,
out of the hospital quite a
yep.
few times. So,
Yep. I was worried
actually,
about
this
you.
is touch wood. This is the longest stint that I haven't been in. So,
Yeah, and when I noticed, because I'm in bombs a lot, and I know you were always in there. All of a sudden, I didn't see you. Then I didn't see you in here, and I'm like, and I sent you a message. How are you? What's going on? Because
yeah.
I hadn't seen you.
Well,
I
with
hadn't seen
bombs,
you.
I mean, I love bomb, but I started getting, they were going real life on me over there, getting
They
in my
were.
DMs and stuff because, yeah, they were counting how much money I was giving her. And it was just pathetic. Like, listen, people, it was the same thing when I used to give John Brooke, and it was John Brooke and I can't remember who else. Um, People count how much. Do I make little comments when people? Yeah, I do. But I'm not watching and I don't care. It's my money. So I'll give what I
It's money
want
you
when I
earn, and you
want.
can spend any way
Exactly.
you want to. So why
But
they
you know
pocket
the way they are, but
watching?
that's what was happening. She's scamming. How is she scamming? She didn't ask me for it.
Nope.
Well, you're giving her all these super chats and buying all these memberships. So, I mean, even I wasn't visible in chat, I'd be there. But it was just, so that's how I handled that. Because especially when I was really sick, I didn't want to fight with anybody. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
So did you see they were applauding that Bomb was probably going to be evicted, and everybody came together to help her out, and that just pissed them all off?
Absolutely disgusting. And it's so funny. They're over there and they're going and after Bomb. And you know what? Bomb has never asked me for 5 cents ever, ever, not 5 cents. But guess what?
Nothing.
I loaned somebody money over there. They did pay me half back and they've ghosted me. So why don't you look in your own little crew over there? And
Hmm.
I think we're going on, I don't know, could be a year and a half, could be a little longer. So they need to, and there's a couple of them, there's not just one. So they need to look in their own little camps over there and realize that bomb's not the problem.
Nope, she's not. And she didn't ask for anything. So one day I was live and somebody asked me in my chat, do I have Bomb's Cash App? And I put it up. I said, guys, if you want to donate to help her out, you don't want to see anybody homeless. You really don't.
No, you
Um,
don't. I
no, but
wouldn't
then
wish that on my worst enemy. I
so
wouldn't.
and and I didn't understand. I didn't know. And someone hit me up and said, Heidi, that was so, and she said that there's somebody that was actually trying to do the same thing on her side. And it just made me feel good because, well, not on her side, but in her chat, that people
Mm-hmm.
were, and she wasn't asking, she was going to figure it out, but she's put so much into that house she has.
Oh, she
She,
has.
I watched her
That
with
was
the
her baby.
landscaping, with the pool, and with the decorating. She's put so much into that. Why would you rejoice in someone because her channel's being taken down over and over again and she's not making any money?
What I
Pay
find
her bills.
hilarious, they watch her 24/7. It's like they're just sitting there,
I'm a
they
mom
could be
and I
sleeping
can't
and
watch
it
her 24/7. I've missed her
no, and
last
then they go to
probably
Rumble
four
and
lives.
there's like three of them that record every waking moment that she does. Like, I'm not that committed to anybody.
I'm serious.
I
I've missed
don't, I
her
will
last
never
four
understand it.
lives.
But they're making large off of what they're calling a scammer. And they're probably making more than what Bomb's making. So tell me who's the problem?
Well, I still look. She was live one night. I woke up, I went in for a little while, was listening to her. I laid back in my bed and I went back to sleep. So I don't when I see her live, if I can get in there, I'll go in and say hi. But at one point I wasn't even getting notifications, so I had to unsubscribed and subscribed again. And I didn't realize her channel had been that she had gotten struck. I just noticed that she hadn't been going live. So I asked one day in my chat, I said, they said, oh no, she had been struck a couple of times and her channel went down. So then I went to Rumble to try because I went to her community tab and I see she went live on Rumble and I couldn't leave her a comment on Rumble, which is my dumb fault because I forgot I need to sign in through my email. So I went back and I was listening to her live to figure out what the hell happened and who struck her. I'm like, why do we keep doing this shit?
I
Why?
know. I don't. I've never understood it. I mean, I don't know. And then you try to strike them for doing even worse, and it doesn't go through. I mean, it's no different on our side. Like it's like that everywhere. I'll never understand it. Never understand it. But I mean, there's so many times there she has very loyal subs. And she wouldn't even know. And, it would be Easter or it would be her birthday coming up. And everybody would be messaging, like, what can we do for Bomb? Don't tell her. Like half the
Yeah,
stuff she never even knew.
she doesn't
And
know.
then the poor
Yeah,
woman, she's getting pissed on by everybody over there on what is it, 5 different platforms. Well, she honestly did not even know.
yeah, yeah. She didn't know. And she
No.
didn't know. And I made it very, very clear that she wasn't aware of anything. She didn't ask me for anything. When she was trying to save, trying to get her videos and stuff down. Good morning, Margot. Margot, oh my God. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday, Margot. Guys, tell Margot happy birthday. I'm going to try my best to
Happy
see you this
birthday.
time when I come to Vegas, sweetie. If you're going to be there, I'll be there August 2nd. So I'll talk to you, but I'm going to try my best to get with you. I was just there in June, but it was a whole lot going on. So I'm going to try my best to see you this time. But yeah, but when the only, oh God, these people. I don't understand it because um I listen to Bomb. She's talking about her life, and it's bad when you don't feel comfortable to share your life with your chat. She's not asking for anything. She's just telling them
Well,
what's going on in her life.
oh, I know. I know. I will never forget. She was talking about some type of quilt or blanket one time. And so we were asking her to pull it up. And, and there's so many times because that's, well, you know yourself, because you were in her chat a lot.
Yep.
It was just like regular conversations. So she would pull it up because we'd ask her to, and she'd be going different things. And then they're like, oh, she's grifting. She wants them to buy it. No, she already
No,
bought it for herself. And it's converse. I mean, it's no different if you're at the person's house, you're going to do that. And that's what I used to love about
yep.
her chats. It was
I
just
like one of her
everybody said,
chats.
yeah.
But I've been so I'm serious. I've been so busy lately. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I have a lot going on, and I'm trying to make sure everything is straight. So I really can't. And when Bomb goes live, it's
I
like
know I
she
haven't
goes
been able to
live
catch a
late.
lot of lives for a long time. I
Yeah.
catch the
So
replays.
So I hi Just Lori. I feel bad, but when I see her live, like if I wake up and she's live, I just saw she did a live the other day. I'm like, God damn. So I have to go back in. I go listen. I leave a comment. But I feel bad because I haven't been, and I like when she's in there and she's laughing. One day she went live a couple weeks back and she was on camera and she was just talking to her chat. She wasn't talking about anything. She was talking to her chat. Then you get people come in there with bullshit. She was just
I know.
reading
I'm so
comments in
happy
the
that she
chat.
does go live now and then because she used to always be on camera. She didn't give a
Mhm.
crap. And it
Oh,
wasn't until they all just started getting nastier and nastier that she was like, screw it. I mean, she's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But
yep,
she's beautiful inside and
yep.
out. And I
She
mean,
came
her
on
laugh
camera, her
is so
glasses on.
infectious.
She came on camera, her glasses on, her hair up. Mom said, fuck it, this is me. I said, I love it. I love
Yeah,
it, love it, love it. So, but I I went in and I went, wait a minute, Bomb's on camera. Does she know her camera's on? Because she got a clap. And she knew her camera was on. And I just sat back when I laid back and listened to her. And I love that laugh of hers, that wicked ass
it's
laugh.
so infectious, especially when I love when she does the chat readings. Oh
Yep,
my,
I love the dramatic
oh,
readings.
love it.
She's
Oh
good.
yes.
Savage is good at dramatic readings too.
Yes, I caught the replay on hers and oh, I just died laughing.
Yep. So I just, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But when I saw a community and this community and that people come together to help her, and she was so appreciative. She was crying.
She always is. I mean, she was doing like things were really, I mean, even the other side, those people that are always, and it's been like that for years and years, Heidi, how much they've been going after her. It's been years. I think I've followed Bomb now for about 6 years, 6.5 years.
I'm going on
Um,
almost, well, I've been following for 2, but I've been a member a little over 2, and I've been a member now almost 2 years too. So a
yeah,
year and what, 5.5 months, something like that. But I like going in her chat. I
yeah.
like going in there. Especially I love when she's going off. I'm gonna tell you that's the only person, well, besides
Her
myself.
dragging, oh, she knows
Yes,
how to
look,
drag.
look. Besides myself, but again, I did take a few lessons from Bomb, but she can go off, and and then the next few minutes, we're all laughing about some crazy shit she's saying. So she cracks me
Exactly. Like,
up.
I don't understand it. Just let her be. Let her
Yep,
be. I mean, up until she was doing, the harassment was there but they weren't bugging her as much as they did up until her birthday. And then once they seen how well she did on her birthday that
yep.
year,
And that's what I
that
said.
was
That's when
it.
everything changed. That's when everything changed.
Yeah.
She was collecting. They would put, I mean, pouring money at her. 2 days before her birthday. And then on
Yeah.
her birthday, these people showed her how much they loved her. And I was one of those people too. So,
Yeah. So was
and I know
I.
you were. Look, I know you were. And I think people got really upset and mad to see the love that she had and what people were doing for her. Now, because when her channel went down that time, she didn't know she was going to get it back. She was on my panel that morning, and I
I
said, "You know
remember.
what?" I said, "You need an external drive," and she goes,
Yeah.
"What's that?" I said, "I'm gonna order one for you." And you remember,
Oh,
I
well, I
kept sending
remember
you a
you had me
message.
reach out to her
Yeah,
because she hadn't picked it out up
yeah,
yet. Yeah.
because I was scared because they were going to put it back on the shelf. I said, "She needs
Hmm.
to go pick it up today. She needs to pick it up today." Because I could have just got my money back, but no, I needed her to have it so she can. Uh, you know what? So she can save her shit so she doesn't lose her content in case she
Yeah.
wants to put it on another channel.
Because she's had so much content that's been lost due to them.
Yep. So, and she never
And
asked
it's
me for
not,
that.
I'm
She was
not
right on
talking
the panel.
drama content. She
Yep.
had like really good content, laughs and jokes and,
Yep.
you
She
know.
didn't ask me for anything. I guarantee you, they were looking up how much the external drive I paid for with the gigabytes that I told her. I bet they were looking it up. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
Heidi, they probably found the Walmart that you got it at, and they're probably trying to find the person that gave it to Bomb. Like, that's how bad it is. And then thinking about, well, you remember I messaged you when they went to her house, showed up to
Yep,
her
you did.
house, and
You did.
it sounds like they still have people doing drive-bys. Like, why?
For what? For what?
Why?
But she was up here and and that's just it. She doesn't act, she didn't even know what an external drive was. She didn't even know what I was talking about. I said, "You
No,
need
she
one.
didn't.
You need,
She
you
really
need to
didn't.
download this stuff." I said, "I'm gonna get it for you." She goes, "You don't have to." I said, "No, I'm gonna get it because I brought," and that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
She didn't ask me for shit. He's never asked me for anything.
No,
Ever.
she's never asked me for a dime either. And like I said, to be clear, the person that I had loaned money to, they didn't ask either. I offered, but it was, under the assumption that they were going to pay me back and not ghost me. That's my thing. If you can't pay it back right away, I have no problem with that. But at least keep in contact. I shouldn't
Oh,
have to reach out to you and then,
yeah. Oh, damn it.
but
Hold
that,
on, Jennifer. Guys,
yeah.
I'm sorry. It's 140 people in the chat. I need 99 cents from everybody or a dollar. Yes, we're gonna be Jennifer, I gotta start thinking of things to cry for.
Heidi, I don't know. I heard you're not able to cry.
Well, I'm probably not, but the only time I cry is when I'm pissed. Really, that's when I really cry, when I'm pissed. So I'm just saying I'm gonna need
I'm
everybody
like
to
that too.
donate. I'm trying to go on vacation. Um, I need a vacation again. I might have to get another body camera just in case I gain any weight. I'm gonna need one on my side. So
what what is it that everybody keeps talking about the body camera? I keep forgetting to ask. Why is everybody making those comments? I've
well,
missed
because the
something.
bee, the bee said that I have someone following her that's waiting to jump her. So she doesn't feel, guys, I just don't feel safe. You know what? I need a body camera. And so I found one on Amazon and I posted it and I said, I hear the bee is looking for body cameras. I said, you need 7 to cover your whole
Oh,
body.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I know she's been saying that for years. So that you had somebody after her.
Thank you, Cranky. Look at Cranky. Thank you, Cranky. Thank you, Cranky. Now
Woohoo!
everybody needs to follow suit. I need money. Okay, I need money because everything we do is for, and it's the truth. Here's the thing: people don't realize whenever you do a live stream, it is for click and views. People want clicks and views. That
Well,
keeps them in the
exactly.
algorithm. But it's the way you get in the algorithm. You can't sustain drama for long. You just can't. Beans. Good morning.
Listen, everybody likes a little bit of drama. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit everybody likes, and even I do. But there's a limit. There's a limit.
There's a
I mean,
limit.
I love the true crime. Well, you know that.
Yep,
I
you
mean,
do.
I watch true crime all the time. All the time. And the court hearings and stuff like that. That's actually how I originally came to YouTube. I was shocked. I didn't realize YouTube, you could watch stuff like that, and then realizing you could actually chat. I mean, I was on YouTube and for years and years and never chatted.
Hold on. Did you see what Cooch just said? I just had a
No.
video removed this morning. I did last week on JY for community guidelines. Meanwhile, his video is still up. Did you report his video too?
That's crazy.
Oh my God. Lori said, here, take my money. Thank you, Nurse Jen. Okay, so you see how this works? I'm not crying. I'm not lying. I'm just telling y'all, I'm grifting. I don't know what I need. I'm just, I don't know. I have no idea.
Show me the money, baby.
Show me the money, damn it. Okay. Because our pay period just ended on the 30th. Okay.
No,
Pay
but I thought it
period
was the
ended on the
21st.
30th. Nope. We get paid on the 21st for the previous month. So the pay period just ended on the 30th. So I need to start making money now because I won't be able to make money while I'm on vacation. Okay. Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. I'm telling you. So, and then I might find an old man on the bench that I might have to give my last my last $20 to. You never know.
Well, one thing I'm going to suggest, because there's a lot of creators in here, Savage, yourself, and I think I told you once in comments, you all need to put that thanks button on your videos.
Button. Yeah,
oh no, I know you. I know you do now, but I remember one time I had messaged you and said to put it on there, because so many of us watch them after the fact, and if we want to, we can. I love that option.
Yeah, so Savage, you got to turn your thanks button on too. I need you to, so when you told me that, I did go put it on. So Savage is in your it's in your earn in your dashboard. You go to your earn, and this is the way. So you got to turn on your super thanks button. So people,
like I know, I utilized it a few times for Terry Lynn during her searches. I mean,
yeah, because Kel's always do
that.
the replay, and she'll send me a super thanks, and Margene does too. And I know Muggsy did a couple of times, and I was like, and then it pops up, you received the super thanks. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, that's a great option, because you know yourself, so many. Well, that's where you get most of your views is on the replays.
Yes. But especially when people say, oh, she said this on her live, everybody's gonna run over to go see it, because they want to even after they hear it, it's still a whole different narrative.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what was happening last night. I had seen, I mean, the narrative was completely spun differently.
Yeah, but it's
because
okay.
I guess you had came into E11s and had said something about, which I didn't see, something about you had saw a clip in Reddit or something.
Said someone sent me a screenshot or a clip, and then I couldn't get to it. So I sent them a message. I said, hey, can you just send me the screenshot? So they sent me the screenshot, and I sent it to E11. So it was sent, a screenshot was sent of that video, and the month looked like 04. That's what I said.
But again, that didn't mean you were saying that it was true. You were saying, this is what I saw.
This is what was sent to me. That's what I said. So
exactly.
How do you sit there and change that narrative? I typed it in the chat.
Yeah, I saw it after the fact. But and that's the whole thing. I mean, reading and comprehension is key.
I think maybe we need to do a class on reading and comprehension too.
Yeah.
Okay. Because just because you read it, that doesn't mean you're comprehending what was said.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh my God, Sappho says these chats are better than cable TV. Oh, speaking of that, I just subscribed to Out TV, and there is Yes, I did. Okay, I have a seven
What
day
is
free
it?
trial. There's season two of I love Dills. This is about gay men, himbos, and daddies. Girl, I am just through. I'm going to cover that.
What is the name of the network?
Out TV.
Oh, I wonder if we get that here in Canada. We'll have to
I
check that
don't
out.
know, but the subscription is $3.99, but you get a 7 day free trial. Guess what? I'm gonna use my 7 days. I'm gonna binge watch season two. I started watching it. I called Debbie yesterday. I said, girl, really? Sherry Pimpina. Yeah, I heard she had a boyfriend. Oh, email it to me. Hold on, let me get you my email. That piece of trash shit. See, that's some trash shit right there when you're gonna fake like you were kidnapped.
Oh my God. And we're hearing so much of that.
Yep. And when I first heard it, I said that's bullshit. And that was before she even came before she even came back. I said she's with some fucking man, and that's exactly who she was with.
And that's
She was
exactly
with
what
a man.
happened. Yep.
Yep, she was with a man.
Like, if you
Okay,
want
I
to
just
leave, just
put my
leave.
yep, because and then and her husband, oh my God, this man stood by her, and I was like, and then the truth finally comes out. I'm like, really? Really? Two Mexican women kidnapped you. Okay, we got you. We got you.
Yeah, nothing like being a racist, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
always Mexicans, or most of the time it's blacks. Like, I am so done with people with doing that, and then you find out they're complete liars. That if
Girl,
that's not showing you're a racist, I don't know what isn't.
I, I still go back to Susan Smith, right? When she said a
Oh,
black man hijacked her and her kids were in the car. And I said, wait a minute, a black man kidnapped two little white kids. And I did. I said, most black men don't want to take care of their own fucking kids, let alone two little white kids.
right?
I said, that bitch is lying. That bitch is lying. No, I haven't
Oh my
watched
God.
Gypsy Rose. She makes me. She's profiting off what she did. I think she should still be in prison because she manipulated that young man who had some form of a disability. If you wanted to kill your goddamn mother, you should have killed her. Or just like you left that night, you could have left. You could have snuck out the window because snuck him in a house several times. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. You know what? I was following when she first came out of jail, and then I just lost interest real quick.
Yep.
And then
And
when
now she is with her.
Jeffree
How does
Star
she?
was starting to host her on his TikTok and everything, and then she just like blew up.
Yeah,
And
but
I,
how did she have a
no,
high school boyfriend who now she's dating now, and she's not with her husband anymore? She's got her teeth all fixed. She's got implants in. She's had a full makeover. Who's paying for all this shit?
yeah. And her husband locked the fridge. Come on.
I don't believe that. So
I
now her
don't believe
husband is
half
doing
of,
the
yeah.
same shit that her mother was doing to her, right?
Yeah. How can
Got
you
you.
have the same story? How many? Yeah. No, I was like, no,
I
this is
will,
all a
Lori. I
scam.
promise. I will. I promise. I will read all the comments. But I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. But you know what? YouTube is it's a place I come. I have chats. I enjoy talking to people. I don't want to fuss with people. I don't want to argue with people because unless I'm going to meet you in person, there's nothing to talk about. So that's why I really try. But I love going in a chat when they're talking about the bee, and I put $2 mattress hoe, dried up prostitute, bottom bitch. See, and I just do that because I know she's watching, and I make sure I put it in the chat. Hi, Mustang Sally. I do it on
Oh, I'm
purpose.
not gonna lie. When I'm in somebody's chat and somebody's going after me and I know they're watching, I do the same damn thing
Yep.
because
So I do it on
I'm
purpose.
blocked in your chat, so I can't say it. I mean, John kept asking for us to come up on his panel last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like going back and forth, like I kind of wanted to, but at the same time, I knew that it wouldn't have ended well. First of all, his demeanor just he goes from 0 to 90 in seconds. And if I thought we could have a conversation civilly, then, maybe, but I know that's not possible. But with Reagan up there always acting like she didn't know any of this crap was going on and she was just totally innocent, I know it would not end well.
Yeah, because I kept getting messages, right? Heidi, he's dropping a link for you. I said, for what? Viva la Roca. Good morning.
Yeah, because I
Long
have no
time.
problem with talking crap out with people, you know,
But I
because
would never
sometimes,
go on his panel. I would never go on his panel.
no,
Ever.
no,
I would
no,
never
it's
go.
not worth it. It's not worth it. If it's somebody that you can actually, you know, if it's a misunderstanding, because those do happen, but that's not the case with this, right? And I
Nope.
mean, even he apologized in one breath about the death threats, but then the next minute we were being accused yet again of the same crap. So it's just 0 to 90 and it wouldn't go anywhere. So it's just
Nope.
not worth it.
No, you know, because it's just like when he used to drop the link for Maria and Brooke and Christy Denver. I remember I got that call that morning and they said that Christy was on his panel. And then Maria and Brooke, I'm like, what? Why are you going on that panel? Because you're never going to be able to say what you have to say. It just gets worse and worse and worse. He twists everything you say. Why go on there? Why?
Well, if it's just going to be a screaming match, it's just not worth it. I mean, when Brooke did her live yesterday and Paul was just going around in circles, I was in the chat and just losing my mind. So
I
that's
almost
why
went up on
I went up
channel, but I
there and
didn't.
I was trying not to yell. I was trying so hard not
You
to
did good.
swear.
You did
But
great.
whew, that
But
man,
I
he's
just
always
couldn't.
got underneath my skin from the first time. Or, well, maybe not the first time, because when he and Sophie were talking about, you know, when the two of them got together, that one live was actually not too bad. But then once I started looking into things, I was like, no, he's a fraud.
See, I didn't even have to look into things because let me tell you, he used to hit me up on IG years ago when I was on panel with John. He was telling me about how much he loved John and Cody and how much, you know, he wanted to speak to John, blah, 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 blah. I remember I sent John a message one day. No, maybe it was a message or maybe we were talking. I said, this guy named Paul keeps bugging me. He says he knows you. He loves you and Cody. You guys are great, but you haven't blocked in your chat, whatever. John says, I don't even know who that is. So, you know, and then he kept bugging me then. I blocked him. So then T, oh no, Heidi, he's changed. He's a nice guy. Could you please just so I unblocked him again.
Oh, Lord.
Same shit.
It
I
is the
blocked him
same
again.
shit.
Yep, I blocked him again. So a couple of months back, I started seeing this cyber something in Maria's chat. So one day he came in my chat and I was watching the way he typed. And I said, are you Paul? I did. I said, are you Paul? And he goes, that's me, Paul. I said, okay, I'm keeping my eye on you. And that's exactly what I said.
No, I remember that. I
Uh-huh.
remember that.
I said, you
But
know,
no,
then
he's never changed. And I mean, he can't say he's looking out for us and he's afraid something's going to happen. No, he is obsessed. And I'm going to stick to my guns and say, you know, yes, I guess it's standing up for John and it's standing up for Jules. Neither one of them were really saying anything about him because they thought he was around, but they were not sure
but you
until
know,
our DMs came out. And
I
all of
didn't
us,
realize I didn't realize that Paul was Stinky Fish. Hold on, let me
oh
tell you. Even though
no.
Jules used to call him Stinky Fish, I just thought that was a name. I didn't realize that he had used Stinky Fish in her chat, making fun of Amber. I didn't realize that was
Oh, is
him.
that how the name came up? I thought Jules gave it to him and
Yes.
I thought it was perfect because
No.
every time
No.
he'd be in Maria's chat, I'd be like, oh, something smells like fish.
No, I don't know if it was Danny that explained it to me or it was Terry Lynn. I was like, no, because that used to be, she goes, that was Paul. Because when him and Jules fell out, she outed him as that account. I said,
Oh, that's funny.
oh, I did not know
And he
that.
gets so upset that we call him fish and stinky fish. Well, you brought it on yourself. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
could
didn't
call you
know that.
so much worse, and I have, and I will continue to. When you keep doing your fuck shit, and that's what's going to happen.
Yep, exactly. He had that name to make fun of Amber. I knew the name, but I didn't know it was him. And it was explained. I said, what? I just thought she said, no, that's why she calls him Stinky Fish, because she outed him after they had a falling out. I said, oh, you see, so again,
Perfect.
don't pay
See,
attention to
context
all
is
this shit.
key. Context is key.
Yeah, I didn't know. So now I
No,
know
neither did I.
fish because of the fact I was like, so why would a man use that word for a woman? Again,
Well,
why would a man do that?
well, first of all, you don't use man and Paul in the same sentence, Heidi.
Yeah, but I don't think he's see, and this whole Mambler thing he was talking about, that is a South Park cartoon that he posted.
It is. It is. And I mean, when the people were first coming out with that, I knew exactly what episode it was because
Yeah,
my husband and kids, I mean, they love South Park. So, I mean, was it right to put on? No, but I mean, I've seen so much crap online that shouldn't be
yes,
online.
but to say that and people run with that bullshit.
But you know yourself, they run with whatever they can. And I mean, they go back. Like, for instance, my Instagram, people went back. These people that went into my real life, they went back 9.5 years, 9.5 years, and were showing posts. And I was fighting with my sister. So I don't know, I posted something like you're a dirty ass cunt and if I have to take your if
I fight with my
CPS,
sisters
yeah,
too.
if CPS gives me your kids one more time, you're never getting them back. Something like that. Well, that's a
Uh-huh.
family brawl. So, and the judge went, why are we even discussing this? Like, why? And my lawyer was like, well, this is the stuff that, so it was just a real shit show. But this is how committed people are to ruin people's lives. 9.5 years. So I completely got rid of my Facebook, and it's sad because even though it was private, how they got my stuff was, I guess, if I was tagged and stuff or I had tagged people, they had seen certain pictures. I don't even know exactly. Some of the ladies were trying to explain it to me because I just put everything private, but then I was trying to untag people, and that just, I mean, you have Facebook for how many years? Like, how do
Yes.
you? So I was
Yes.
like, forget it. I just got rid of all of it. I just forget it. It's just not worth it. Because even if I'm offline, I mean, I was still Jennifer Positivity. That name was gone, and I'm still being brought up continuously.
But it don't. That's what I told you when you remember you said that you were going to
Yeah,
leave for that. I said
you
it won't
did,
make a difference. I said it won't make a difference. I told
and
the
it
same
didn't.
thing to vote. I said it won't make a difference. It won't. It will not make a difference because they'll keep talking.
Yep. Yeah,
And
you did. You said that. Just like you had said, don't trust Reagan. You've never steered me wrong. Did I listen?
no.
You know, the majority of the time I have, but no, a few times I haven't.
Look what
Sarah
Vote
said the
said.
same thing.
Look what Vote
Yep.
said. Look what Vote said. I've
What
meant
did she
to
say?
say yesterday that I should have listened to you in the beginning, Heidi.
Yeah. Well, poor Vault,
She really
she
got it.
really
Yes.
got met. Yeah,
Yep.
really. Because,
Both of
I
you,
mean,
all of you have.
yeah,
All of
we
you.
all did. But I
Calling
mean,
jobs. She's got to go to her boss to the and let
yeah,
him know what's going on. And it didn't do anything. She still has her
yeah.
job. So come on now.
Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, I just don't understand it. Listen, if I do some fuck shit, please make me accountable. because I did the fuck shit. But don't go after my family. Don't go after my job. Say
They
whatever the
don't
hell
have
you want about
one.
me. Leave the death threats out of it. Let's just, like adults are supposed to do, let's debate. Let's have an argument. Like, gone are the days that people actually argue. Like, I miss those days, where you can have an argument or be out on the, in the parking lot and scream and yell at each other. And the next day you're going out for a cup of coffee. Like,
Yeah, I don't believe in being in the parking lot screaming because there's only so much talking I'm gonna do if we're face to face. I've never
well,
believed in
that
that.
was like high school days. Like,
Oh,
I wouldn't, yeah. But you know yourself, like in high school, right? Nobody, at least in my time, nobody used weapons. There was never 2-on-1, 3-on-1. It was 1-on-1. And if somebody else tried to jump in, other people were taking them back. If it got too rough, they separated you. And then one and done, it was done. It's not like this world is nuts now.
do you realize I got into, well, you don't realize I only had one fight in high school and one fight during the summer of middle school. I That's just me. When I say I said what I said and I mean what I say. And they used to always say, oh no, don't fuck with her. She's crazy. I'm not crazy. Just don't come at me the wrong way.
Well, I had a few, but I mean, I was out on my own when I was 13, but I grew up in the hood. So, I mean, you can't be weak in the hood. You show weakness and you're done, right? So, and if you're going to mouth off, you have to back it up.
You have to back it up.
I
You
mean, I
have
didn't have a lot of fights, but if I had to, I had to.
now
I'll
my
never forget
sister.
there was one time my sister, I was standing up for her, this, so-called, she kept saying this one girl was bullying her. I remember her name was Glenda. And I was
Glenda.
coming, Glenda. I was coming from my science class and I was going down the stairs and I guess they were at the bottom of the stairs and all I hear my sister say is, you can do whatever the hell you want and I can say what I want. My sister is gonna get your ass. Turned around and I looked at her. I said, she's all yours. And I walked away. Like, no, 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 don't use me like that. So my sister got her ass kicked and then I
No,
got my ass kicked from my dad because,
because you didn't
but
jump in.
whatever. Yeah,
See,
exactly.
see, so when my older two were in school, now they would fight each other back and forth in the house. Oh my God, they would fight each other. When they're in school, oh my God, if you touch one, the other one's coming. And it
Hmm.
was always like, so they were, one's born in December, one's born in January. They both should have been born in January, but I had C-section, so I scheduled them. Okay. The first one was, that was just it. The second one, I could either go before Christmas or after Christmas. And because his due, but I can go 3 weeks, around that due date. And they have always been in the same class until they got older and they separated them into separate classes, but they were always in the same grades. And I'm telling you, they were nothing nice and they still nothing nice. And I'm surprised I didn't have to go bail them out of jail several times. But no, they're grown ass men with their own families, their own homes, and but they still, when they're together, it's like, oh my God. And when I get all three of them together at one time and we all together, I'm like, Jesus, I need to go home. I can't take anymore. I'm serious. Hi, my
It doesn't
chiropractor.
matter how old they are, it's still the
Nope.
same, right?
Nope. Mommy. And I'm sitting there going, Jesus Christ, oh
That's
God, oh
Family
God.
Guy. Mom, mom, mom,
Yeah,
mom,
oh
mom,
God, I
mom,
just want
mom.
to go home. And then when I get there, I'm all excited because we're all going to be together. We're supposed to be together this year for Thanksgiving or Christmas. I forgot, but Nate's coming over. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then all the grandkids, and they're all going to want to have attention. And I'm like, I can only do it in sections. I'm going to go visit you, be with your kids. I'm going to be with your kids. And then I'm going to visit you. I'm just like, oh God, this is going to be a whole week. And I'm be like, and when I come home, I'm just going to go, ooh.
You're
I
gonna need a
don't,
vacation from your
yes,
vacation.
I'm serious. I don't get it, but it's fun. The first 3 days, oh my God. By day 4, I'm like, okay. Okay, I need some time. And then I call my friends, hey, hey, can we go to the casino tonight? What you doing? Can we hang out? Let's have lunch. I need to get out the house.
Well, this is what I find funny. So I did hear a bit where they were all saying, Christmas morning, I guess we were all saying good morning and we were chit chatting and everything in the chat, you know.
Is that real? She said, I didn't like.
First of all, they need to realize those times were Raken's times when she downloaded the chat.
Uh-huh.
But also, most of us, our kids are older. So our kids have family Christmas at home and then they come. Now
Yeah,
I'm very lucky. We live on the same property. So, but they still had Christmas morning over at their house and then they walked over to my house. I
I
mean,
thought, I thought it was funny when I was in Vegas this Christmas.
oh God,
Somebody
I
sent
heard
me a
all about
message.
that. My
Yeah,
God, Heidi.
and it said Heidi is not spending. First of all, I haven't spent Christmas with my sons and their families in years. You know why? One's in Japan, one
They're
was
not
in
even in the States.
Germany. What? Yeah. And as far I don't just laugh, they have their own families. So
Yeah.
when they're there and when we all get together, now with Nathan's kids, they're in Houston. So of course I had Christmas with them when I was there. But my friend lost her husband. It's the first year without her husband, and her birthday was right before Christmas. So what do? We get together and we're going to take our friend, to make sure she has a good time and keep her mind occupied. So that's what I
Well,
did.
that's my husband's and I's plan this year for Christmas.
Mhm.
We don't know where, but we're gonna go somewhere. Just the two of us.
Yep.
I mean,
Didn't want to go
Christmas
to
is
Houston
one day. Christmas is one day.
one day. Didn't want to
I
go to
see my
Houston.
kids 365 days a
Thank
year.
you. If I go to Houston, I'm gonna have an issue because I'm not in Louisiana. So it's you're damned if you do, but people don't need to realize
Exactly.
I was on the East Coast for 25 fucking years, and when Nathan was 8, it's the first time he met all of my family. My mom would come to me. My mom would come to me because I figured if I come to see you, it worked. Flights all the time. They go back and forth. If I come see you, you should be able to come see me.
Well, exactly. It works both ways, right?
Yep.
Family or not, I've always said the same thing as well. I mean, I've got a few family members, like a lot of my family on my dad's side, I don't really pay attention to, but there's a couple. And it was the same thing. I was the one that was doing everything. I mean, I would drive the 8 hours to see them and constantly call.
Exactly.
And then when I
Exactly.
got COVID and I'm laid up for 8.5 months, nothing. So it was like, you know what? No, why am I doing this?
No, I used to drive to Louisiana because Nate didn't like to fly. When he was little, he hated to fly. He would have really bad attacks. So I would drive from Virginia Beach to Louisiana, and then I would go to Texas. And then one time I was going down, and so was like, "Oh, you need to come see me." I'm talking about my aunts and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, I done drove 14 fucking hours. Why am I driving around to see you? Everybody knows I'm going to be at my grandmother's house damn near every day. And before when I come in, I'm going to see grandma. When I'm leaving, I'm going to see grandma. And then in between, I'm going to be at grandma's house. So I'm not driving around to everybody's house to see you. I'm the guest. If you want to see me, come there. Because that's where and boy, once they realize that shit changed, no need to call and invite me to come over to eat. I'm going to be at my grandma. Hey, Riley, sweetie. Riley, guess who I talked to? Statler. You're going to be mad. Don't say nothing. But anyway, but I'm telling you, I just have a whole thing. It works both ways.
It does.
I remember one time my mom called. This was like a few weeks back. She goes, I haven't heard from you. I said, I haven't heard from you either. That's what I told her. She was like, uh-huh. I said, uh-huh.
It does. does. And like you say, then it gets to the point where you're laughing at each other
Yeah.
because, it just becomes common, and there's
It works
nothing
both
wrong with
ways.
picking up the phone, right? It does. And
Yeah.
nowadays, maybe not your mom, but most people, I mean, even if you don't want to talk, just do a little text. Hey, how's it going? Right?
No, my mom will send me a text and she'll say good morning, and I'm waiting for the rest of it, right? So then if I don't text her back, I'm waiting. So then I'll call like a couple of days later. She goes, I sent you a message. I said, okay. It said good morning. I said, I was waiting for you to come back with something else. I said, so I called. I said, good morning. Well, you didn't answer my text. I'm like, okay, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. And then you
Barbara,
got the
it's so
stubborn
nice to
aspect
see
in there
you.
too, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if you know who Riley is. He was on 90 Day Fiance. You know who Riley is, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. But Riley, we had a good conversation the other day, Riley. I enjoyed having you up. You definitely got to come up again. But I did speak to Statler. And I was bored.
He was the one that was up on your panel and has the young girls.
No, no
Was
young
he the one?
girls.
Oh
No,
no,
no.
that was your sister. Sorry, that was your sister's friend. Never mind.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
I'm getting
Yes.
the two lives
Yeah, so
mixed
Riley
up.
was
Yes,
on. He had went to Vietnam to visit Violet. I think it's
yes,
Vietnam.
yes.
Yeah, but no. I'll call you later, Raleigh, because I have a meeting at 9, so I'm about to get out of here anyway. But I will call you later and let you know. But yes, Statler is something else. But I agree with her. And I'm gonna tell you what I agree with her. I agree with her about David. I agree with her on Armando. I agree with her on Jasmine. I agree. And she says the same thing. There's too much violence, and they let this shit go. They let this shit go for ratings. So I agree
Yeah.
with her on that.
It's not even fun to watch anymore.
No, it's not fun to watch
Like
anymore.
I enjoy, the real bloggers out there covering it more than I do watching. Like I have a hard time even getting through an episode.
See, I watch, a lot of people don't watch the show, but I watch because I want to see all the inconsistencies. I want to
Yes.
see
Oh,
for myself. So I watch. And then I catch things that a lot of people don't catch. So, but yes, and I didn't finish watching this season with Angela and Michael because I wasn't invested in. I don't like her. I don't like them even giving her screen time. I just can't with her. I can't.
no, not
Oh,
many. Not many people
I got it,
can.
Michelle. I got Statler. Don't worry about it. I got her. I got Statler. But she is right in a lot of shit she says. And when she says they're sucking TLC's dick, that's exactly what they're doing. Because
Hmm.
they're on the same damn show. And they're exploiting you, but then you're getting something out of it. So you have this, she said it. They have no backbone. I used to like Kenny and Armando. Then I started realizing how Armando was. He's a manipulator. I said that when we covered them the last time. Why the fuck are they still on this show?
Yeah, that really surprises me as well because I really, really liked them. I thought they were just the sweetest. But I would say in the last year and a half, I've been seeing a lot more. My eyes have been a lot definitely opened.
Yes, and you see it, and they do nothing. Even when David and Annie first made their appearance, I felt so bad for Annie. She's living in a firehouse. This man
Oh,
lied
so
to
did I.
and then his son who got shot or what, but David to me has always been a piece of shit. He's still a piece of shit. I don't like him. I know that's Sassy Susie's friend. Armando and Kenny are her friends. I don't care. I don't like them. Those are her friends. That's fine.
Yeah, but just because they're her friends doesn't mean, and this is what I keep saying. I
I'm gonna
mean,
keep her focused, Riley. I'm gonna keep her
we
focused.
all can have different friends. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I don't have to have the same friends as you. You can have whoever you want. Doesn't mean I'm going to be friends with them. Like our friendship is our friendship. It's not based on who you're friends with.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. I remember one time I was going to have Armando on, and then he hit me back. He says that TLC said that he can't come on until after the season. I wanted to talk to him about the past seasons, not about what was going on now. And then, but he kept sending me little tidbits and stuff in my DMs. And then, you know what I did? I just stopped following his ass because he was trying to get me to see things his way.
His
You know
way.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. You're not going to sit there and have me trying to put out your narrative when I'm watching the shit that I'm watching.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. You cover the show. I mean, you can't be biased. You
Yep.
can't. If you're going to blog about it, you cannot be biased. I mean, we all have our favorites, and it's all you can say this one's my favorite, but you still, can find the bad qualities in them
Yep.
and
And that
discuss
was
that,
so Yep. Even when Riley came on the panel, I told him, I said, "Oh, Riley, you were wrong for that." And I said it when I covered it. I
Oh,
said it
you're
and when
like that
Riley
with
sent me a
anybody. They
message.
could be your best friend and you tell them,
Yep.
"Hey, you're wrong." Like
When
that's
Riley
just
sent me
you.
a message, we were talking backstage. He goes, "Yep." He goes, "I watched some of it." He goes, "Oh God, she's gonna eat me alive." I said, "I would never do that." I would never do
She'll be gentle. Unless you really piss her off, then you're
Now,
in
I
real
would
trouble.
never attack somebody on my panel. Now,
No.
Angela, look, now Angela, she would never come up to have a
Well,
conversation
I
with
was going to
me
say
because it won't go her way.
you wouldn't even give the opportunity for her to come on your panel. So
Nope,
there's
it won't
no
go her way at all.
no. No. Not at all.
So, I just don't try to make me see, I see, okay, even though I know there are things that's going on behind the scenes, but what I saw, what the edit showed me, this is what the edit is. And when Armando first came on, he was upset because his dad wouldn't accept him, the mom. And then I saw the way, little by little, I saw the way he started manipulating Kenny. And I saw it. And I'm like, this piece of shit has no job. This man is supporting him and his daughter, moved them out of that trash they were in. Oh, Riley, thank you. Thank you so much. Moved him out of that trash, in that area they were in, and you're steady manipulating. You're steady manipulating. This man moved from his family in Florida to be with your ass in a country he had no. But then again, Kenny should have learned some damn Spanish to begin with, okay? But he's steady manipulating him.
Oh yeah, the manipulation. And it's funny because I guess I liked them so much. I didn't see it. Like I said, it was about a year and a half now that my eyes, and I think it was you were starting to be more verbal. So then I started seeing the inconsistencies and the manipulation. I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yep. So but I mean, even this past season, well, not the past season, but the last one that they were on, when, they were going to, and something Stat was said. She said when they went to the adoption, the adoption process, and then, they're trying to get, the woman, they're trying to do a surrogate. And when she said it, she said, and I know exactly what she was talking about with Armando, but I can't remember his exact words. I was like, he was a piece of shit. And I said back then, when me and Debbie talked about it, I said, he should have never said that. And I just I don't like him. I don't like him, but I like Kenny. But I don't
I
like him.
really like
And
Kenny.
something she said about Jamal. When Debbie and I talked about Jamal, I said, he seems a little gay to me. I said, but I said that just might be his mannerisms. Then you go back and think on a lot of the shit he says on his lives. And then he's hanging out with Rob, who's gay for pay.
I think there's a few of them that are like that.
Oh, look, things that make you go, hmm. But she said she doesn't think that Tim Malcolm is gay. I'm like, I don't know if I agree with you on that one, but okay. So I
I
can't
don't think
explain
a
it about
lot of
Jamal.
people would
It's a
agree with
theory.
that.
Riley, do you want to come up here for a minute before I get out of here? Because, well, yeah, I have a 9 o'clock meeting. But if you want to explain it, I can bring you up real quick. But he's a
Well, I'm
mama's boy.
gonna I'm gonna drop down, Heidi. I already hijacked your live. I'm gonna be
Girl, you
called
are
the
great.
I'm gonna be called the panel whore now.
Girl, let me tell you, I love when you come up. I love when anybody come up. Not anybody, but I like to have people up on panel because I don't like to just be talking to myself. So it's good when you have a conversation with somebody.
It is. And it
It's
just flows, right? It's not awkward. It's nice. But I mean, even being in your chat, I find like you're very interactive with all your subs, and I love it.
I
It don't
try
matter.
to. I really
It don't
try.
matter if it's true crime. I love that you're because for a while there you were not doing the true crime for a little while there. I was so happy when you started going back to it.
Yep. So, Jennifer, this is Riley. Riley,
Oh,
this
Miss
is
Jennifer. Good
Jennifer.
morning.
Hi, Riley. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Good morning.
Good
So,
morning.
tell me about Jamal.
Well, it's not like gossip or anything. It's just my theory. So, Jamal grew up in a home with women, right?
Yes,
And his father wasn't a part of his
he was in prison.
No, his father wasn't in prison. His father is actually retired military.
Oh no, the stepdaddy. I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
no, don't. Yeah, I'm talking about his biological
Yeah,
father.
his biological. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is and I can speak from it because I kind of grew up in that type of situation. It was just my mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my
And
cousin
my brother
Marissa,
can. Yep.
and me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so we tend to when we don't have a male role model or someone to kind of help us regulate emotions and so on and so forth. We tend to gravitate
Take
towards
on the
the women
female
that we
mannerisms.
are in the house with, in the home with.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe is that he has these sometimes metrosexual or feminine qualities because he grew up in a home, a household with women, and he adapted the mannerisms. So
Hmm.
he's not gay, far
But my
from it.
brother didn't adopt those mannerisms, and
No,
he
no,
grew up in a
it's
house full of women.
yeah, but not everybody has male influence in their life.
I
So
understand.
you know what
I
I'm saying? So
understand.
I
Yeah.
didn't have a male influence. The only male influence I had in my life, this show you how hood I am, was my crackhead uncle. I was the only male in the house. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, he was a major part of my life until him and my grandmother, after 40 something years of marriage, divorced or separated. And so I didn't grow up with a male influence in my home. So a lot of my emotional immaturity, I reacted to things like a woman, and and and
Hmm.
and so, but I didn't pick up mannerisms, but I picked up emotional crap. Come on. Oh, they sorry. They're cutting the trees fell down in my yard with the
Oh,
last storm,
damn.
and they're cutting it up.
Okay, I'm gonna drop. Sorry
Okay,
for
Jennifer, no
interrupting.
problem, baby. Thank you for coming up.
All
So
right, love you, Heidi.
Love you
very
too.
nice meeting you, Miss Jennifer. Have a great day.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so it's not like I could get where people are coming from, but he's not. I met him, I hung out with him. He's not. He just doesn't see like so the Rob thing. I see them hanging out. I don't know Rob, never met him, but like my best friend Todd is gay, right? I can
Yes.
hang out with him. I could hug him. I could joke around with him. I have went to his bars, like gay bars that he goes to with him and his boyfriend at the
Yep. I'm
time.
going to
They're not
gay bars
together
with
now.
my friends. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's some of us that just they know how to we know how to separate that, right? A friendship is a friendship.
True.
But I get how if you're a public person, how it could be misconstrued as something else, you know? So that's my defense of Jamal, but I get where people are coming from because before I met him, I thought the same thing.
He just comes across with certain vibes. I don't know what it is.
Right.
And when Statler was talking about her gaydar, I was rolling. I was
Yeah, Statler. I love Statler. She's my girl, but I need her to focus. It's very hard for me to create, like, try to force the change or try to fight for change, and you're all over the place, girl.
Well, Riley, if I get Statler up here, do you want to come up with Statler?
I don't mind coming up with Statler. I just can't. I'm not allowed to really talk about Sharper M or TLC anymore. I've been shut down. So
really,
not by them, by my employer.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you notice, I really do not go live anymore. I really do not post anything about it anymore. I don't, because I was told
because your job is looking at you. I get that.
Yeah, they told me to stop. Like they straight up, they didn't like insinuate. They just said, "Yo, we're gonna need
straight
you
up stop because you're bringing that back to you.
Yeah,
and bringing a focus to the job. I get it.
Yeah.
But Statler has a lot to say, and and people talk about she's ranting. No, listen to what she's saying. And I was like, oh my God. So I hit her up. And
she's good people.
She is. But you know what? I never liked her on the show because I thought she was being manipulative towards Dempsey because of the edit. But then when you listen to the shit that had happened, I was like, oh, I get it.
It's bad. It's
bad.
And yeah, I mean, when I say her rants, because see what happens is people become desensitized, right?
Yeah.
When you're constantly going at it with people or whatever, they stop listening to your message and they start not liking what you're doing. So even if if the message is in there, like you're saying, just if you pay attention to what she's saying, no one is going to do it if they just interpret oh, she's just arguing with Amanda about something, and this, and that's where I was just like, I give up.
It's a lot behind that. It's a lot behind that.
Yeah,
and you can see it in her face. She wasn't drinking. She wasn't, and I was like, oh yeah, she's got a lot to say.
Yeah.
And just when she brought up the abuse on the show and what they show and what they let it get away with. And I said the same thing. None of these people have backbones. None of them can stand up and say what's right, what's wrong. And then she was like, I was like, oh yeah, I need her. She is outspoken, Riley. Now I know that she's a little out there sometimes. I get it. I get it.
But I love her. But she is.
I'm serious. I did not like Statler on the show. Anybody can tell you that. I'm like, oh, she's manipulative. I said she's a hoe. She's this, she's that. And then I was feeling bad for Dempsey, then when she said she got banned off of Reddit because she was trying, and I'm listening to her, I said, oh, I need to talk to her.
Right? So let me tell you, I sat next to Statler through the whole tell-all. Yo, Statler be saying some real stuff, and they cut out like a lot of the stuff she was saying. But she, although it could be like, damn, Statler, you're very opinionated, but she was kind of telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? About shit. She was like, yo, she's right, and they cut out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but when you look back at her time on the show, you see she was actually trying to fit a mold, but she was still being herself. And you have to go back, and that's what I had to think about. I had to go back. I said she was being open and honest, and it was turned against her for the way she reacted to certain situations. Yeah. So now that you think, it's like being in a relationship. You don't see it until after you're out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hindsight. Yep. Hindsight.
Yep. So you go back and you think, oh my God. And I was like, why is she saying these things in front of Dempsey's dad? Why would you say this? Why are you saying these things in front of her friends? She was being herself.
Yeah.
She wasn't fitting that mold.
Right.
And I was like, I did not, Riley. I'm telling you, I did not like her. And
but that's fair because I get it, right? I've always said, I was like, yo, you could not like me, but not like me for the right things, not because of how they manipulate stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's a solid person, like you said. Sometimes she is all over the place, but she's a solid human, and she just she's been through a lot, and based on her experiences in her life, she has very strong opinions about things. You got to understand, this is a gay girl that I don't want to call her a girl because she's a grown woman. Great woman that was adopted into a very conservative family.
Yep.
So can you imagine the fights in a, like her depression that she couldn't be who she really wanted to be. The chastising, not fitting the mold.
Not fitting the mold. Just yep.
So people need to like, and it's not like and this is, I will say this, they will show certain parts of your story in the beginning when they introduce you to the family.
They did.
But people don't pay attention to what's
I did.
said. Yeah, well, you're different. That's why I fucks with you. You're different. So there's only like 3 or 4 of y'all that I really like. I fuck with. You're one of them. But yeah, so it's very messed up because people obviously out of sight, out of mind, they'll forget that backstory. Just understand, she explained to you like, yo, I was adopted. Nobody wanted me. So
nobody wanted her.
Issues. Then she got adopted into a very highly conservative family. And
they don't even mess with her anymore.
Right. Could you imagine what kind of like hurt for her it is to live back in her parents' house right now?
Yeah, so let me tell you what's weird is because when she was saying, I thought it was weird how she wanted to move in really quick with Dempsey. And then when you sit back and you think about it, she's never had anyone she can really call her own. And she even said that. But the way it came across is like she was trying to push things too fast, too far.
Right.
So it's like, but now you understand it because she wanted to feel loved and be loved. She's been a hoe in all these relationships. She done jumped in and out of bed with this one and that one. She's done her shit. And now she's ready to settle down.
Right. People grow, right? They grow and they become mature. They understand the mistakes they did when they were younger. And she's realized what she wants. She knows what she doesn't want, and she knows what she does want. And it's just messed up because, and I get it, it's good TV, but it's messed up because someone like Statler, who is like bona fide, has like issues and lives with depression and anxiety and everything, you still took it upon yourself to not vilify her, but like put her in these situations where it was very, very difficult for her to manage her everyday life, And it's unfair to her, and that's why she's fed the fuck up because she's like, yo, and people are asked, well, if it was like that, why'd you do another show? And I think I said it was you, is that they catch you before the show airs to get you to sign up for the next season.
She is someone, I'm telling you, this woman has a lot to say, a whole lot to say. And I really listen. I am a really good listener, and I hear the pain. But there's so much. And she said, and even with, Natalie, I see somebody said that they like Natalie the first season. I never ever liked Natalie, ever. Okay. Her or her mother. They were manipulating the whole situation with Mike. I never liked her, but I just want to know, when did the Americans start getting the bad at it?
It started when, all right, so if you figure that it's easier, because, all right, I've never gotten any hate from anybody from another country. Every ounce of hate, every ounce of like write-ups or whatever against me, negative or whatever, it's been Americans. Because we have more of a freedom of speech, right? We will talk. That's why. Because they know they're going to get people engaged here in America. I think they edit different for different countries, but I have never, ever gotten any hate ever from any people from other countries. Maybe Canada. Canada doesn't count because they just us. They're us with a different accent. But I never. So we will do that, right? We will do the shows. We'll do blogs. We'll do write-ups. We'll do Reddit. It's us, and they catering to the core. Like, think about all the money they're making. They're making it here. 95% of their money, they most likely are making it here.
Making it here. Yep. So like, I was talking to Barbie from MILF Manor, which I don't know if you watched that show or not. So she and I were having conversations back and forth. Then I realized she was trying to give me her narrative, telling me how the people on Reddit were being paid by the network to attack her. And, anytime she goes on Reddit, and I just started reading her messages to me, right? I'm like, does she really think I'm going to go on Reddit and defend her? Oh, there's your girl.
Who, Statler? Oh, Debbie, you and I are going to be best of friends. I'm just letting you know. The moment I need to know when you what's your username if you follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna follow you back. I like Debbie. I like her.
Yep, I will send it to you. But because I talked to her yesterday and I forgot to tell her that you wanted her to follow you, so I would definitely tell her and I would have her to follow you. But I'll give you her username off air. But she is she is too much. But so you look at these people and you get so frustrated with the shit that's being put out there. But when you go back and I used to you heard me. I used to like Armando. And then I started realizing this man is a manipulator. And that's what he is. He's I love his daughter. And you can't sacrifice one thing for this man that you supposedly love, but you want everyone, you want him to give up everything for you, which he did.
Yeah.
He left his kids, his grandkids, to be with you. He's made it clear he didn't want to have more kids, but you keep pushing the thing, talking about that's a piece of Kenny. No, that's a piece of Kenny's money that you want to get. Let's be honest here. I'm sorry. Let's be honest here.
I don't know them. I have never spoken to them. I have my personal opinions about things, but it's unfair because it's based on what I see on the show, and I know how they manipulate the show.
But I also know how he tried to manipulate me by making me see his narrative. See, I'm not one of these people that's going to review a show and go, oh, no, that's my friend. And just like I told Cynthia Decker, if I saw you doing something wrong, and just like Jeffrey Paschal's ex-girlfriend, she comes on and I tell her, I say, that was fucked up. I'm going to tell you what I see.
Right. And anybody that has any type of mature understanding of life, because when you said things to me, I was like, you're right, or if it was something different, I'll explain myself. But I can't argue that you're right when you see, and if you're right, you're right, I get it. I don't know. I was mad at that. I was so upset with her about that argument she had with Armando because it I had got some information that she shared with me about the production. And I was trying to release it because it went into what I was saying, what I was talking about with my first interviews. And by them doing it, it proved my point. They know and they didn't care. I'm gonna just say it. So Statler, she came out and she ruined the show, like her segment, like saying, "Yo, me and Dempsey are not together," blah blah blah, before it comes out. Obviously, Sharp and TLC are pissed off about that. They contact her. If anybody is going to commit self-harm, if they're pushed, it's her.
It's Statler. Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then from what I'm being told, I have no proof, and I was trying to get Statler to give me the proof, but she's all over the place. They was like, we're going to start providing mental health counseling to cast members. Like if they wanted.
They should have been doing that. They should have been doing that.
And that was me saying, see, they know that they go too far and they're going to push the wrong person. Like I was close, but I came out of it because I had a strong support system. Statler is on her own. You understand? And by them saying that to Statler and then sending that email saying, hey, we're going to start providing this, I was like, send me that email because I want to release it to show that that what you're doing is fucked up to people. And now you're scared because out of everybody, she's the one that if you push her enough,
and she'll let it all go.
And she'll be the one that do it, and it'll really F you up. So you're being stubborn, right? I feel like they're being stubborn because it's nothing that I'm saying or I'm saying that they should do that's unreasonable. It's just that if they admit it, then they got to admit to everything else. Because why would I'm not halfway crook, right? I'm not going to do half truths. I'm going to say, yo, this is one aspect, this is another aspect, this is another aspect. And if they agreed and gets out that they agreed to one thing, that gives them less leverage with the other stuff, because you know the contract was up yesterday.
Yep.
The television code agreement is up.
It's up. But
and they got to go back into negotiations with SAG-AFTRA, and SAG-AFTRA wants a union for reality shows.
Yeah. Well, what I'm doing, I'm waiting for Statler to hit me back. So I really want to talk to her. I really do. I want to talk to Statler. I want to hear what she has to say. And I'm not, but she's gonna, and I watch her. She's all over the place. And then when she's focused, she's focused. Right. That's that ADHD.
Yeah,
I know that.
On track, because she'll go into 18 tangents, and the message will get
it'll get lost, but I'll bring her right back to it. I'm gonna say, so Statler, let's go back here. See, I listen really, really well. I need her, but I just but Riley, I'm telling you, you are, and when you were on the panel the other day, people left such nice comments. Even the interview I had with you, they're still leaving. People are actually going back and watching it now. But and they like to have you on panel. And when you and Debbie were going at it, I was just sitting back here. I put myself on mute. I was laughing my ass off.
well, so you know what, Debbie, without context, but no, I like her, man.
I love Debbie.
Debbie. I like her, and what I liked about her is that she held me accountable for certain things that I didn't look at it from a West Indian point of view. That was the key. When she said what she said, and then I had to look at it from a West Indian point of view, I explained myself and gave a little more information, but she was freaking right.
Yeah, and look, you see what Tina says? She said, Riley, I have truly enjoyed you, and I realized I was wrong about you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, you know what? And I get it. I mean, it hurt, though. It hurt when you're a person that really want to do good in the world. I've done enough bad, man. I did some really effed up things in war, bro. And I don't want to be bad anymore. I want to be good. It hurts when people don't like you, and it's based on some narrative somebody else creates for you. So I appreciate that. It does mean a lot. It means a lot.
See, I don't like to call them interviews. I told her I want to have a conversation with her. And that's what I want. I want a conversation. I don't want to interview her. There'll be some questions, but I want to have a conversation with Statler. I don't like interview, because then where people feel that they're put on the spot, and I don't like that. Right. I don't like that. To me, when you interview somebody, it's a job interview. I remember I had a panel of 7 people. That were in the room with me. It wasn't one-on-one. And boy, little by little, they were throwing questions, and they were surprised when I remembered everybody's name. And I said, wait a minute, they just asked me that. I said, she just asked me that question. And I said, she meaning, and I called her by her name. And they were looking at each other like, oh, she does pay attention. I pay attention to every damn thing.
I appreciate the platform. I'm glad that you reached out to me, because you're a cool people, man. Like, I bet. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I said yes, right, and then I went and started looking at your videos, I was like, man, she's gonna tear me the fuck apart. It's going to rip me, you asshole.
And I didn't do that.
But I was like, I was real nervous. It had nothing to do except for I was intimidated. And I was like, man, I can't back out of this. I gotta just own it. Like, I went on the own it, talk to people. You gotta stay uncomfortable. And I was like, let me go up. And you said it behind closed door. I was like, girl, I know you about to rip me up.
Yeah, I didn't. We had a conversation, and I wanted you to feel comfortable. We were sitting on the couch having a conversation.
I did, and I appreciate you. I really do. You, Miss That, I really appreciate y'all, because y'all help me elevate myself, right? Because you make me look at things that I like. Not one person ever came to me and had me look at it from the Caribbean point of view. Not one.
But she was upset, and she was right, because when they did Love in Paradise in Barbados, Debbie had a fit. I was like, girl, she was like, they're making my peoples look stupid.
Right, like, right. And she was right, because if you look at it from a Trini point of view, like, I get it. Like now, I mean, I get it now because the way she explained things to me, and I was like, oh, I gotta look at that. Now I have a responsibility not only to Black Americans or Afro-Cubans. I have a responsibility to the Trini, not to fucking embarrass them. And now that's something on my radar, and now that's something, an expectation I have. If anybody comes to me and wants me to do any kind of show, that's what's going in my contract. You know,
Yep.
like certain things. Like, so now I just added one more thing, and thanks to Miss Debbie, because I wouldn't have looked at it that way if it wasn't for that. And anybody that sit here and be on this show, unless they're just straight up not giving a F, there's no way in the world you cannot grow as a person based on the way fans and bloggers interact with us. There's no way.
But Riley, you have, seriously, you were open, you were honest with me, and you were honest with everybody in the chat. You didn't duck from any question. You answered people, and that's what they appreciate. Because you didn't argue with people. People gave you, their perception of what they saw. And then you, being the person that you are, you were like, okay, let me just explain this. You didn't go, wasn't a back and forth. It wasn't all of that. Oh, you're wrong. That's not what happened. You were, and I'm telling you, I was very impressed with the way, because they were coming at you hard in the chat.
I know. I will say it was one thing that did kind of trigger me, but it was based off of, and I was like, you don't know what it's like working for who I work for. I'm not a post office worker. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And it was one thing the lady said, I forget her name, but she was like, it doesn't make sense. Why would they?
T-Love. Her name was T-Love. I remember her. Yeah, she came in the chat the other day.
You know, they're trying to get me on associations.
I know.
It made sense to me because it was a very specific question.
Yep. And my son and I talked after that show, and he told me the same thing. He said they're trying to hem him up, but because of somebody else that's on the show that's doing something else. My son explained that to me.
Yeah.
He did.
So that was the only thing that tricked. But for the most part, I have, if I put myself on this show and I put myself in the public eye, I have no freaking right not to answer people's questions and answer them honestly, right?
You did that.
I mean, I have to. I can't sit here and make up 18 different excuses for my actions or for something. But you have to, at the beginning of it, you have to say, all right, you know what? It's my fault. You saw that. But this is how it went down.
But you know what I like? When you took the time to go back in the comments and address Debbie's concerns, even after we talked about you, after you came off panel, you went in the comments and you addressed Debbie's concerns. I said, oh my God. I said, Debbie, you got to go read what Riley had to say. He addressed your concerns. And Debbie goes, that's still not good enough.
So, and this is, I ain't gonna lie, I almost said this, because you asked her to come up and she was like, no, it's your interview. I'm not going to come up. And I was like, why don't you just come up? This is the third interview, or third time I was with someone doing talking, and you've been in there. I know who she is, right? Because I know the username. I know the username. And I was like, why don't you just come up and ask me? Because I'll answer you. And
she always says she doesn't want to interfere with an interview that I'm doing. But Debbie is my co-host on these shows when we're doing the reality recaps.
Yeah.
I love for Debbie to come up because she sees things in a different manner than I do sometimes. And she makes me change my mind on what I'm seeing. I'm like, you know what? I'm not changing my mind, but she gives me another perspective.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I never thought of it like that.
Right.
But
and that's
so
why
I want her up.
During these moments when people are coming up to converse with you, it is very important, because it would have stayed in the comments if she didn't come up, or she was up when I came up, and it would have stayed that way. It would have been very generic, very lost in translation-ish. It's very important that she does come up, because I was able to speak to her directly and she was able to express her feelings about certain things directly. One, I was able, like I said, to view it differently, and two, explain myself. And she was either could say, I accept your explanation, or I don't. She could have went either way.
And she's a strong-minded woman. I'm telling you, Debbie is. And she was like, nah. And then when she gets upset, that Bayesian comes out, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
I know it.
I just sit back.
But I could deal with it, because I
just sit back.
Yeah, but she I like her. If she's just, I don't want to lose contact. There's just certain people, like I said, one of the things that people ask me, do I regret doing the show? And I can't say no. I got to say no. I don't regret it because I made connections with people.
Yep. And you've learned from what, and you've learned.
Right.
And you know what you won't
I'm
accept.
becoming a better person. I'm never going to be perfect, but people like I make it my business to come to, you have my number, dude.
Like, I have your number and you have
you know
mine.
What I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yep, you have mine.
Right.
Cynthia has my number. Right. And you know, when Cynthia gave me her number, because I hit her one day because I saw her on Kiki and Kibitz. Yeah. And I said, oh my God, I want to talk to Cynthia. Mm-hmm. I sent her a message and she goes, yes, I can do it today. I said, wait a minute.
Right. But see, and that's the thing. Like we understand, a decent person understands someone that brings value to them.
Yeah, and she said she was nervous too. I'm like, why? She was like, she goes, she said, I did. I went look at some of your videos. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. No, dude, look, I was like, shit, what the fuck did I just say yes to? I should have waited. I should have said, let me go and look at her videos and then say yes. I was so nervous. And I was like, I got to do it. I gave her my word. I got to do it.
I told you, Riley, it was going to be a conversation. I wasn't going to come at you hard. But
if you did, I would have appreciated it because it's coming from a place of truth. Yo, you keep it real. Like it would have came from how can I be upset with someone, especially if you're from the same environment? Like in no world you could get mad, upset with a person that keeps it 100 with you.
I'll tell you what, there's one person that will never, ever get on my panel, and that'll be Angela Dean, because she won't fare well with me. Gloves would be off.
Right.
Off.
Right.
She included my name in a C&D that she sent to Cynthia Decker.
Really?
Yes, because Cynthia was on my panel, and she put my channel in that C&D and Kiki and Kibitz.
But if okay, I don't know. But if you're basing your commentary and your opinion based on what is being shown to the public,
what is being shown, what she's showing, what she's done off the screen, the fights with her fupa hanging all out with no panties on. Come on now. So I comment on what you show me, and what you show me is trash. So that's what I comment on.
Right.
Point blank period.
I don't get it because I have not sent a C&D out to anyone because I have no right. I went on a show, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what right do I have? The same reason why people was like, you need to sue Sharp, you need to sue TLC. Why? I have no right.
Why? You agreed to it. You signed that contract.
How am I suing someone and I agree to it?
Yep, you signed a contract to actually do just what you did. But I have a 9 o'clock meeting. Unlike other people, I do work.
I'm working right now.
And I've been answering emails as I'm live. But I do work. I have a team of people. I was in the office yesterday, and I have just been opting to work from home because I get a lot more done because people are always walking by and coming in my office. And you know, when I walked in my office yesterday, I sat in and I looked around. I said, and within 15 minutes, hi, we haven't seen you in a while. And they want to come take a seat. And I'm just sitting there going, I'm never going to get this shit done ever. But I had reports because it was the beginning of the month. So I needed to go in because I have huge monitors that I use for all these reports. So I'm telling you, I have one more report that I have to put out today, which I've already generated. I already have the format and everything set up. But for the most part, I like working from home and I can do that. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
As always, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. You know, you're able to come up whenever. I'm live. You can jump on panel. People love you. I mean, I love to have you up because you're just a genuine person. And I really enjoy this conversation, even though I'm planning on kidnapping Matty. But
I was just talking to him yesterday for like 2 hours. We were talking.
You know what? I'm gonna reach out to Matty because I really want to interview him. I really want. I see he travels a lot.
Yeah, he does.
I follow him on IG. He travels a lot.
I'm gonna tell you something.
What?
He likes older women. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the door.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm in the door. Okay, I'm in the door. That's all I need.
All right, go to work, girl. Everybody,
I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye,
And have
guys.
a
Thank
great-
you, Riley.
Have
Bye.
a safe July 4th. Bye, everyone. And
Bye,
listen,
guys.
Dr.
Have a
Boy-
good one, Riley. Bye. Oh, my God.